What's up, Froggy? It's you and me, baby, because there's no Roxanne. There's no Fester this morning.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, 6 o'clock exactly here on the MJ Morning Show, MJ and the crew.
Are they okay? What happened?
Hey, I just saw there was a text that came in from Fester. I'll get to that here in a second. And then Roxanne's complaining she's got some medical issue. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Yeah, hang on. I'll get to everything in a second. Hey, back from Connecticut. Flew back late yesterday afternoon with our new high school graduates. So we're in the same boat with many other listeners out there that have a high school graduate in the family.
Congratulations.
Just graduated, all the local high schools. And, my son's been up in Connecticut for 4 years going to a boarding school that he wanted to go to. And
hey, is it true he was a president of the entire school?
He was.
What the?
Dude,
really?
Dude, we've talked
I thought
about
he was like president of his class.
No, president of the whole school. He was the all-school president. Dude,
where did he get that? I mean, how's your kid so successful and personable?
Hey, what freaking show are you listening to?
I just remember you saying he was the president.
We've talked about this several times.
I didn't know it was like the president.
Oh, here comes Roxanne. All right, so...
good morning.
Oh, Roxanne, glad you could make it. Now, are you late because of your eye problem that I just read about?
Yeah, that's why.
What's going on with your eye?
It's like flickering.
Yeah, Roxanne, I saw... Yeah, I got a whole email dissertation here. Roxanne's got an eye flickering problem. Well, guess what? I have texted Dr. Chuck.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So Dr. Chuck will join us this morning. We got to get to him in between cases because he's an eye surgeon.
Thank God.
You might have a loose retina.
I know. No, listen. Everything.
Screw that back in.
Yeah, just screw it in.
Everything you Google is bad.
What's the matter with your voice? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm losing my voice too.
Oh my God!
What is happening? We're falling apart.
Brain tumor.
Do you have gonorrhea as well?
Oh.
What's going on?
In my eye, do you actually?
Ew.
No.
Hey, you can get like eye gonorrhea. Don't laugh about that. I think you can.
It's like a mild form of pink eye.
Yeah, I think you can get eye gonorrhea.
Oh.
I think it's called iurea.
Well, flashing lights.
Cha.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Iurea rhymes with something else too.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
That's why you just said cha.
No, that when you Google flashing lights in your eyes, it's either a stroke, a brain tumor, or a detached retina. So none of those things are good. So I did go to urgent care, but they said you're fine. Just see an ophthalmologist.
Wow, you sound like a sexy,
my God, you could be
love
doing
song host.
Hold on. I want to call 1-800-ROXANNE. Hang on a minute. Let me dial. Dial right now. Hang on a minute.
Man, this is
dial
like
1-800. 1-800.
Kind of hot here.
OXANNE. Folks, I'm calling 1-800-ROXANNE over here. There we go.
Hi, this is Roxanne. I just clunked my tooth, and I'm here to talk about all of your sickness issues and your hypochondria.
No, that's not what I'm calling. No, that's not the one. That's not the 1-800-ROXANNE I'm trying to call.
That's not sexy at all.
Oh my God! Why don't you just start singing the Pepto-Bismol song?
Oh.
How's that go?
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion,
upset stomach, diarrhea.
Hey, Pepto-Bismol.
Do it again.
Nausea, heartburn.
Hold on. Slow. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Hey,
it's Roxanne.
Pepto-Bismol. Okay, I got you. All right, so you're having medical issues. All right, listen, I did text. This was late last night.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, and so, and then Fester, hold on a minute. Fester has texted us. Oh, my God. All right, so the latest thing. So you sent me the eye flashing thing late last night.
Yeah, I actually
sent it. Then I got another one now. So I have another one. My eye is flashing worse today. I'll be like 30 seconds late. Well, that was false. That was.
Was it 60?
No,
you're like 120 seconds late.
You were a minute and 6 seconds late. All right, more than double your projection, and you're an accountant. All right, so
I don't have a good sense of direction or timing.
Hang on, let me read Fester's text. Good news, bad news. Good news: accident on the interstate slowed everything down by 15 minutes.
How is that good news?
Because he's trying to be cutesy-wootsy over here.
Oh, okay.
Bad news, I'll be there after the first segment.
Well, that's the good news.
Good news, big accident on 270. What the hell's the matter with these?
Yeah,
anyway. So, yeah, Roxanne, we'll talk to Dr. Chuck and see if we can get an on-the-phone diagnosis.
That makes me so happy. I feel so much better.
You might need a glass eye. And I think he has some.
He does have glass eyes. I tell you what. If you need a glass eye, he's
the guy.
Well, he certainly knows his stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think he doesn't make the glass eye in his attic. He doesn't have a little workshop, but I mean, he knows the folks that make the glass eyes.
Well, that's good to know.
He did Sammy Davis Jr.
That's right, babe. Dead in my eye, babe. I'm not even going to try to do the same thing.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I got a lot today. We got to deal with Roxanne's eye.
Okay.
I also have to address the fact that, and this has been eaten on me, but I'm just going to finally address this. I think I'm being bamboozled.
By who?
By some people very close to me.
In this room?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
This room right here?
Yeah.
So that only leaves it between me and Froggy.
Well, no.
I think he means in general.
No, in general. It's the room. Yeah, I'm going to address this. I'm being bamboozled. And listen, it's not like I'm oblivious. I know what's going on. But I'm being bamboozled. I'm being taken advantage of. I'm being worked. I'm being worked over. Yeah.
It's a real rube, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't call myself a rube. It's just certain conditions. I'm getting jimmied. All right? So I'll explain all that coming up. Hey, it's a busy Monday show, I'll tell you that. So you don't want to miss one moment of this crap fest. As we get rolling on a Monday, folks, welcome. It's the MJ Morning Show here. What is this, June what? Is this June 5th already?
Yeah, look at that.
Holy crap. All right, 6:07. Let's grab traffic with Pat, and then we're back in a second here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hang on.
All right,
Morning Show. MJ here. All right, so we're all together. Fester just walked in. Hey, is that a new obnoxious, hideous shirt, or is that has that tent been worn before?
All right, so it's newer.
Okay.
I think I've worn it before,
Okay.
maybe once or twice. However, I'm feeling like I'm back in a season of obnoxious shirts.
Okay.
So much fabric, dude.
Yeah, it's really.
Hey, did you see Froggy's picture? Did you show that to everyone in the room?
He talked.
No.
He talked about it, then he held it up, so I saw it briefly
All
over
right,
his shoulder.
I'm
but I
looking for
didn't
the video. I think the videos are on Facebook.
Oh, man. All right, so listen to this. Wow. All right, 6:18 here on a Monday morning. We're just getting rolling. Froggy just showed me a picture on his phone. Is it on
Oh,
Facebook?
my God. Oh, my God.
Just show him.
Well, hang on a minute. The Carrollwood Cocaine Bear, apparently it's now the Town and Country Cocaine Bear. Oh, man.
Oh.
So Froggy just handed me his phone. Well, I guess I took it.
Yeah, you did.
But there was a bear walking around the neighborhood captured by, Ring doorbell cameras and
like
security cameras.
2 Ring doorbells.
Oh,
Caught
wow.
The bear's in my neighborhood.
What time of day was this? What time of day?
Hey, I got a question.
Overnight.
Does a bear poop in Froggy's driveway? Quite possibly.
It can.
You know,
I
the,
mean-
you know the old expression, does a...
Yeah, we do. Does a bear?
All right, give me my phone back, please. I think there's another video I'm going to look at.
All right, what is the expression?
Hold on, why am I looking at this this thin woman in a tight black dress?
Oh, I don't know what that.
Why
I'm
did this just come up?
I'm on my. That's my neighborhood Facebook page. So I don't know what that is. I can't even tell
Is
you.
she selling the dress?
Oh, man. So now I wonder if it's the same bear or if it's like just another brown bear. Is it a brown bear or
Oh
black?
my God! Here's the other guy.
What
Two
other guy?
people. 2 people got it in my neighborhood. Look, here's
Hold
the
on.
next video.
Oh, man, just walking across someone's front yard.
Can that thing murder somebody?
Well, yeah.
It looks kind of big.
I mean, in a fight, it could, but it's really just looking for food.
Like when I was in Texas, I saw a bobcat. I walked right by a bobcat that was by the pool in the hotel. I don't know how it got there.
Hold on. What do you mean? What do you mean you walk right by a bobcat?
I was at the hotel bar with having a meeting, and I looked to the left, and I go, "Oh, look at that cat!" And it was like this big, and it was a bobcat, just out of nowhere.
Really?
And I'm like, that thing looks pretty big. The bobcat looked like it could kill you, and that thing looks bigger than the bobcat.
When is this video from? Is this just over the weekend?
Overnight.
Hold on, overnight?
Yes,
Well,
overnight.
Well, overnight would be like early this morning.
let me look at the
Yeah,
time.
why do you look at the timestamp on this thing? So now
2 hours ago,
that was just posted 2 hours ago?
and the other one was posted 1 hour ago. Look at the timestamps.
Let me see.
1 hour ago and 2 hours ago. So overnight, it must have happened.
Wow, 1 hour ago.
So we're calling this. It was the cocaine Carrollwood Bear.
Now
And
it's
now
now it's Town and Country Cocaine Bear.
But is cocaine the drug of choice in town and country, or maybe it's looking for something else?
So it's Meth Bear.
I mean,
Yes, it's meth bear. Come on, it's town and country.
if you're ranking drug choices of particular towns, town, and countries, probably a little lower than Carrollwood. I'm just guessing, but it may be a complete.
Excuse me.
Wait a second. You are saying that Town and Country clientele is lower than Carrollwood
Wow.
clientele? Really?
Wow.
Let me ask a lifelong resident, Froggy.
Where does that put Bruce B. Downs' residence, or wherever the hell you live?
Depends on what side. It depends on what side.
You're on the wrong side of the tracks.
I'm on the ghetto side. I'm on the rough side.
Fess is on the wrong side of the Lutz
You
tracks.
ever hear Suitcase City? Suitcase City? That's me right there.
L.A.
Wow, so now this is breaking news. Hold on a minute, folks. This is very important stuff.
I can't let my dogs out.
Brown bear walking around Town and Country overnight. And this is like right off what? Like is that what is
Sheldon Memorial area, right?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
I
right.
guess it's Sheldon Memorial.
Right around there.
Yeah.
So, Froggy, there's been no reports of any of these bears, whether it's the Carrollwood bear or the Odessa bear or now the Town and Country bear, hurting any animals. I haven't even seen pictures of like dumpsters flipped over or garbage cans torn.
I can't imagine if he sees Miss Elizabeth running around my backyard, he's not going to pick her up and eat her.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that
Yeah.
stuff. But this is, Froggy's not far from the Home Depot, right at the corner of like Memorial and
Yes.
Hillsborough
Yeah.
over there. Yeah,
Right there.
Here at the Home Depot, we have a bear rummaging through the parking lot.
It is actually right by the. It could be in the lumber
It
yard.
could be right over there. So, if you're looking for bear paints, we have them at the Home Depot.
He's working.
Is it bear paints?
Yes.
He's shaking paint. Put him to work, Home Depot.
I'm telling you.
I'll take purple.
What is going on with the bears?
I don't know.
All of the Carrollwood sightings which we dubbed it Cocaine Bear Carolwood.
I mean, so you don't think it's the same bear that maybe it traveled?
Okay, so
I think so.
I typed into Google, do bears eat dogs? And they said that bears track their prey,
Right.
and that if a dog runs, the bear may run after them.
Yeah, because aren't you supposed to just stay still if you run? All I know is when I owned my property out in Colorado, and I had a whole bunch of land near Beaver Creek, and I sold it last summer. Sold all my land. And I owned this land since like mid-2000, so I had the land for a long time.
So you made some money.
I mean, yeah.
Roxanne,
You ask everybody financial questions on the
true.
show.
That's a good point.
It's a real estate
Everybody.
mogul.
I mean, you bring up some obscure land
Yeah.
fact.
Basically,
I
a
mean, that's-
Vanderbilt.
Roxanne, get him.
I mean, MJ, every time Froggy talks about his business, Fester, how much you make in commissions at your show? How much, Roxanne, how much this, how much that? You just said the most obvious thing. You own the property since the early 2000s.
Right.
You sold it. I just said the logical statement. You made some good money on
So, all
that.
right, so I had a whole bunch of acres out there, and
Actually, you lost.
It was I didn't lose.
It was a landslide area. It was the worst spot ever in the whole state to get. He got.
I didn't lose. All right. Anyway, so I like to hike the property because there was a lot of acres, and it was the woods. It was on a mountain, and one of the things, if you ever did like a long hike through the woods, you couldn't walk with anything less than a .45 caliber.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Forget that.
Couldn't walk with anything less than a .45 because if you shoot a bear with anything less than a .45, it just makes them angry.
It's like a pellet gun.
Yeah. And my brother, you want to hear something crazy? My brother Drew, Dr. Schnitt. Oh, he's the doctor in the family, and we've got our other son. He's a radio bum. My mom, remember I told you that story?
Yeah.
Loser hack.
My mom called me a radio bum. My brother's the doctor. I'm a freaking radio bum. Hey, thanks, Mom. My parents damaged the Airbnb over the weekend, so now we got.
What did you have a party?
Oh, jeez. This is a whole thing.
Your parents are out of control.
This is a whole freaking thing. Yeah, let me write that down before I forget. Airbnb. Yeah, my parents. We're just waiting for I don't know how do they inform. I gotta go to phones later on. I gotta find out people that own Airbnbs and then obviously rent them out. I gotta find out what's the process because my parents try to deny they did it. I got fresh plaster all over the floor and it's on the doorknob. And hang on, I got a whole situation I got to talk about later on. So where the hell was I? Oh. So, you don't walk on this property with anything less than a .45. And, just in case. I lost my train of thought. Where was I
We were
headed?
talking about the bear, and you were talking about
Your brother's
my brother. It was my brother. All right. So my brother, this is, I don't know, maybe 7-8 years ago, my brother's hiking my property as well. Because it was a really cool hike. Just great stuff. Great views, mountaintops, and just
Thanks for the invite.
in the woods. So my brother was in the middle of the thick woods of my property, right? And all of a sudden he hears, and essentially it was springtime.
Sounds like Sasquatch.
Yeah, it was and he was walking with a friend. They looked at each other and they just ran.
Which is the wrong thing to do.
Drew shouldn't have run.
Yeah,
I don't think.
the deal is that apparently they got close to Mama Bear and her cubs, and they were close to the den. And the friend is a longtime, Vale area resident, and the friend said, "That's Mama Bear protecting her cubs. We better just get out of here." And they terminated the hike and they got the hell out of there because they said it was like a roar. It was like a nasty.
That didn't sound very scary.
Or option 2,
Yeah.
make a really nice rug.
Hey, speaking of animals, man, we got a lot of crap going on around here because we've got now, this ought to make the news, right? So are we the first? I think we're the first ones to talk about this. Now we've got Town and Country Bear picked up this morning. This is overnight.
We must be because it was on my members only Facebook page.
So this is Town and Country. Just the video is posted just in the last hour or so, and now we've got a big bear just cruising through people's garage carport areas and crossing their front lawn. This is overnight in Town and Country.
Froggy, send me the still shots off your phone in the 2 videos.
And then we were out on Friday because I had to fly up to my son's high school graduation up in Connecticut. And we'll get into this in more depth later on. But for the early crowd, a story that we would have had on Friday morning show is some moron jumped into the alligator display at Busch Gardens.
I can't believe that. Oh, okay. I've always thought to myself, every time I'm there, I'm like, this is not the type of enclosure that would keep someone from jumping over. And it happened. It's not that tall. It's easy to get into.
It's like a 2.5-foot fence.
Right.
Roxanne sends me an email, and Roxanne's like, yeah, the gators did not attack the guy. And Roxanne says this, I've always been suspicious that they drug the gators at Busch Gardens.
She's not the only one.
Wait a sec. All right, explain the email you sent to me.
All I meant by that, you have to ask yourself. I'm not saying they do, but you have to ask yourself when you walk up to that.
Now we got what, Cocaine Gator?
And no,
oh,
this would be fentanyl.
That's a new
Gator.
franchise.
Well, that would be
Cocaine Gator.
That's the sequel.
That's the follow. Cocaine Bear 2. After that, you move on to Cocaine Gator.
The biggest gator in the Everglades finds like a bale.
From a shipment from
Oh, wait a sec. The next installment for Sharknado. Cocaine Sharknado.
Oh, that has a great ring to it.
Cocaine Sharknado.
They're in the ocean.
Cokenado.
They eat like a square grouper full of coke or cokenado.
A tornado of coke? Oh my God, imagine what that would do.
Blownado.
That's a good one.
Blownado.
Wait, who's NATO?
Yeah, it's already.
No, it's the tornado. All right, so Roxanne, you think that they're drugging the gators at Busch Gardens?
But not on cocaine, because then they would be really hyper. So it would have to be a downer. So it would have to be like barbiturates or something. So if when you walk up to the gate or you walk up to the fence and you look at them, they're just like not even moving. And they almost look like animatronics, or they just look like, pretend gators, because they don't do anything. They're huge and they don't do anything.
Yeah, when was the last time you were at Busch Gardens, MJ? The alligator area, they are the fattest alligators I've ever seen.
They don't move.
What, are people throwing like park food in there for the gators to eat?
No, but they're not fending for themselves out in the wild. Like their brethren.
Hey, Andrew just yelled in my ear that there already is a cocaine gator. Are you? I'm sorry. Cocaine shark. Hang on a minute. Andrew, turn your mic on. What the hell is Cocaine Shark now? It's not part of that franchise, is it?
No, it's not part of the franchise. It's supposed to come out this year too.
Wait, this is coming?
Yeah, a mafia drug lord has unleashed a new highly addictive stimulant in the streets, and apparently an explosion happens and sharks get it.
Oh, what?
Do they get like packages of floating cocaine and it's like what do you call that, square grouper?
Square groupers? Yeah, that would make more sense.
It happens in a lab. The bloodthirsty sharks and other creatures are set loose into the world. Oh,
that sounds
There's
awesome.
Carnage everywhere.
Is Cocaine Shark from the people that brought us Cocaine Bear?
So I'm looking at the font.
I want Cocaine Squirrel.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Cocaine squirrel. Hold on. I don't want to get too late here.
Cocaine gerbil.
So seriously, later on, we got to get back into this moron that walked into the gator enclosure. We would have had the story on Friday, but we weren't here. We did a best of on Friday. All right, 6:31 at the MJ Morning Show on this busy Monday morning. I've got a great pile of early morons in the news, which we'll get to in just a matter of moments. So heads up on that. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I felt like hearing this. Oh, yeah.
Mama told me not to, I did anyway, misbehaving.
Daddy said don't, but I said I'm gonna misbehaving.
I'm on a windowsill swimming in the creek.
Catching crawdads and playing with a stick.
I wore lipstick.
And I got caught shaving. Just two little country kids outside misbehaving.
Oh, this works so well because I got a couple of misbehaving stories. By the way, that's from the Righteous Gemstones. When does it come back? Isn't the next season due up soon?
I don't know. I mean, there's a writer's strike going on if it's not in the can
No.
already.
This would have been totally written and filmed and all ready to roll. But I think Righteous Gemstones is back. It might even be this month. It might be June. The next season. Who's show of hands? Who's into Righteous Gemstones?
I'm caught up on it. I like it.
That's a funny ass show, man. Anything with Kenny Powers, anything with Danny McBride.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
so
good.
Season 3 will be out on June 18th.
What I just say? I said maybe even here in June. I thought, yeah, look at that.
Obviously, you're a bigger fan of it than we are.
Look at that. June 8th, season 3, Righteous Gemstones, June 18th. All right, so misbehaving. Tell me if this is misbehaving. I never heard of this. Do you guys know what a barbed wire bat is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, you know what that is.
absolutely.
It's used
Yeah.
in some extreme hardcore situations.
All right, so wait a minute. They don't use a real barbed wire bat
Are you kidding
in
me?
wrestling stuff.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
It's like a Louisville
What
slugger.
do you want me to come over there and smack you across your face
why,
like a
why,
wrestler?
why the violence, man?
I'll
Why the
smack
violence?
you
Why
too,
the
brother.
violence?
Because I know more about wrestling than anybody in here.
Because he's going to get into wrestling mode.
Listen, when I was a kid, I used to go to ECW matches, Extreme Championship Wrestling, and I've gotten blood on me
Yeah.
because of barbed wire matches I went to.
And those guys, they really use the
Wait a
real
minute.
barbed wire.
Hold on a
bat.
minute. The audience gets splattered with potential.
I got hit with a chair that had blood on it.
Are you serious?
It was awesome.
That's like fake blood, stage blood?
No. It was real.
So wait.
Probably got Hep C. I could know. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. So wait a minute.
From a traveling wrestler.
There's a wrestling conference where real blood
Not
is
conference. It was a match. It was at the fairgrounds.
But ECW is like a wrestling league, right?
Yeah. It's a league.
Well, whatever.
I don't know,
I'm
but
sorry.
it's an organization.
I'm sorry if I don't know the language.
That's okay. That's what he means.
I'm
Froggy.
sorry if I don't know the nomenclature. Excuse me, Froggy.
It's a traveling
Bro.
freak show.
Yeah, basically.
And that's great. So you show up at a wrestling match. You go to the wrestling match. You could go home with hepatitis.
Yeah, and then a member of the FBI, the full-blooded Italians, one of them grabbed me by the neck and almost choked me out.
As an audience member?
Yeah, because I called him a name when he came out.
What name did you call him? Oh, why?
That.
Europe.
Oh,
You know,
really?
yeah.
rhymes with wussy?
Wuss.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was
Really?
like a 16-year-old kid doing that. He didn't like that.
That's
It
great.
almost choked me out.
All right, so I'm looking at a picture of not the barbed wire bat, but I'm looking at you're telling me there's a barbed wire baseball bat for sale on Walmart.com?
Okay, so this is like for Halloween.
My kid has that exact bat right there
Yeah, it's like Halloween ghoul stuff.
that he used for a Halloween costume.
If you
So
look
it's
at
not it's not a real
No.
barbed
you know,
wire wrap bat.
It's not hard to get a wooden bat and wrap barbed wire around it.
Right. This guy had to make his own. All the ones I see online for sale are fake ones.
Hey,
Yes.
speaking of barbed wire, man, we got a lot of Home Depot on the show today, but is it possible to go to the Home Depot to buy barbed wire? Do they sell barbed wire at Home Depot?
Oh, yeah, I sell
Sure.
barbed wire displays.
In the fencing area, I imagine they would have
Yeah,
barbed
sure.
wire.
Yeah.
When you think of spring cleaning, think of barbed wire bats at the Home Depot. We're your headquarters for barbed wire. Just go to Dick's to get your bat.
Yeah.
Get your bat at Dick's and then wrap it with our barbed wire at the Home Depot. Where
All right.
what?
I know you're a stickler on pronunciations and
Yeah.
enunciations.
What I say
It's-
barbed wire bat wrong?
No, it's barbed. There's
It's
ED.
barb.
Yeah.
It's not
It's an
barbed.
ED. No, it's an ED. thing.
Yeah.
Barbed.
That's what I said.
You said
No.
barb. Like you're talking
No,
to your
I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
You say barb.
No,
You
no.
say barb like you're talking to your mother's canasta
No,
friend.
no.
Hey Barb, would
No.
you like a nice tea, Barb?
I said
No, I didn't hear that.
Thank
The
you.
10 times you said it in the last minute, it's barbed wire. I just wanted you to know to be correct.
All right,
It's barb.
fine. Barbed
Wow.
wire. I'm sorry.
Barbed.
All right, so listen to this. Minnesota guy had his home burglarized last month. Listen to this. The guy's name is Blaze Smith.
God.
That's awesome.
That's
Don't-
the
Don't mess with Blaze Smith up in Minneapolis.
He should be a runner.
So Blaze Smith anticipated that the intruder at his place would return. So he left a window open and sat in wait, armed with a baseball bat that was wrapped in barbed
there you go.
wire and studded with screws and nails.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
That's a straight up weapon.
So then, after the next break-in, cops charged Aldo Gomez, 35. They claim that he then returned to Smith's residence at the East Manor Mobile Home Park in Mankato, Minnesota, climbed through the same window that he had legally entered the day before. When you think of spring cleaning, think of barbed wire bats. Oh, now he's replaying me. I hit it again. Go ahead. When you think of spring cleaning, think of barbed wire bats.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
right.
fine. I said barbed wire.
Nice,
Okay,
Andrew.
all right, great.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you,
It's
buddy.
very rare you guys get to correct me, so enjoy it, okay?
We will.
Enjoy correcting me. All right, so this is at the lovely Eastwood Manor Mobile Home Park. So the dude climbs through the same window after he had climbed in previously. When Gomez got inside the home about 9 p.m., he was confronted by the 28-year-old Blaze Smith. Blaze Smith.
We should have set the thing on fire.
Sounds like a DJ or something.
Hey, DJ Blaze Smith here with you.
DJ Blaze Smith, yeah.
Blaze Smith with traffic. We have some congestion on the interstate.
So as soon as he entered the window, he's confronted by this 28-year-old homeowner, this Blaze Smith, who's got a barbed wire bat with nails and screws that are also drilled into this thing. And outside the mobile home, surveillance video captures Smith chasing and repeatedly hitting Gomez on the back of the head with the barbed wire baseball bat.
You got to be dead.
Wow. A police commander noted that the bat was wrapped in barbed wire and had screws and This is like something out of Game of freaking Thrones, man. When cops arrive, who needs a Ring doorbell when you got a barbed wire bat, right?
Really?
When cops arrived at Smith's residence in response to a burglary in progress, it's a 911 call, Gomez was sitting in the front yard bleeding. Gomez, who lives a block from Smith in the same mobile home park, was taken by Bambulance to the hospital. Did I pronounce ambulance wrong, too? He admitted to burglarizing Smith's home and then returning the next day to take more items. Gomez was arrested on a pair of felony burglary counts, one of which carries a maximum 20-year prison sentence. When questioned about the violent confrontation, Blaze Smith told police that he reviewed his security footage following the initial break-in. He knew it was Gomez from his build and the way he walks. He knew Gomez from prior interactions, but instead of contacting police, he decided to do exactly what Doug Llewellyn told you not to do.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right?
Don't take the law into your own hands. You take him to court.
That's what Doug Llewellyn said.
Where
The
does
People's Court.
Where did this happen again, MJ? What part of the country? Because I'm on Facebook and I typed in Blaze Smith, and there are dozens of Blaze Smiths around the country.
You make sure if you're wrong, don't take the law into your own hands. You take him to court.
I wish that show. I wish they would show old episodes of that, like on Freevee. I want to see Judge Wapner.
Yeah, Judge Wapner was great.
I miss him.
Hey, Judge Wapner.
Did you have an incident with Wapner?
Judge Wapner. Yeah, we called him up and woke him up.
That's right.
Called him up 4 o'clock in the morning on the MJ.
Oh,
Was that MJ morning show? Or is that back MJ
that
and
must have
BJ?
been MJ BJ.
Yeah.
Did that ever make a CD?
Oh my God.
No, because we were afraid of getting sued because he was. No, that was one and done, man. We called up Judge Wapner.
Judge Wapner. Yeah.
Woke his ass up live because we called him like at 7 o'clock our time. It was 4 o'clock out in L.A. And his wife answers. And he's like, Joseph, it's for you. You know, it was Joseph Wapner. Man.
What? Where the hell is it?
And then he was giving us the business,
Oh, I
man.
bet. He doesn't play.
Oh, Judge Wapner in real life didn't play, man. I'm telling you right now.
His old curmudgeon.
Oh, he was great. He was the best. He died he was like 99 years old when he died.
He died in
Golly.
2017.
At the age of what?
What? He lived in 2017?
I'm telling you, the dude lived to like 99 years old.
His son's really good on like.
I'm sorry, 97 years old.
His son's
I told
on
you.
MSNBC or something, his son?
Wapner?
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody. I'm Bill Wapner, son of the judge.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he's a.
So the surveillance video showed the homeowner, Blaze Smith, bashing Gomez repeatedly. I don't know. I don't think he's in trouble at all because you wonder. Is it legal to make a barbed wire wrap baseball bat with screws and nails?
All right, so it's not illegal. I mean, it is a weapon. It is home defense.
Yeah, I don't see anything that the guy's in trouble for whacking the intruder over the head.
So people are texting me a bunch of pictures of characters off of that zombie show, The
Walking Dead, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do
That
they
was-
use barbed wire bats?
That
Yeah.
was a common weapon
Oh,
in that
really?
show as well.
Oh, you know what? Michelle and Chloe are watching that now. And it's kind of weird because Michelle and I, we watched like the first like 3 or 4 seasons of Walking Dead back when, well, like early 2010s.
Right.
And we just got tired of it. It was just like the same thing over and over and over again. And we finally just, walked away from the show because it just felt so damn repetitive.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So early morons in the news. I just scratched the surface. I'll decide whether I want to get to some more coming up. Oh, but do you know what hurts? You know what? I got one more thing when we get back. Do you know what really hurts? Think about something you don't want to get other than a barbed wire wrapped baseball bat with nails and screws. What do you not want to get whacked over the head with? Oh my God. I mean, just thinking about it is painful. All right, hold on a minute. That and a whole lot more next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, so don't move. All right. MJ Morning Show, it's Q105. MJ and the crew here, 701. Welcome to Monday, folks. Welcome to July 5th. Yeah, I didn't have any June. Did I say July 5th? What the?
You did. You are off by a month.
Yes, I am.
It is June 5th.
Welcome to June 5th. That's right. You know, I had no complaints about the best of on Friday, so Andrew, you might have done a nice job putting that together.
That is the most passive-aggressive compliment.
No. I don't mean it that way.
No complaints. You might have done a good job.
No, because listen, we have a very sensitive audience, and no, I appreciate that people care so much. And if they are not happy with like the best of, they let me know. And I didn't have any, complaints. Usually you get a handful, Listen, I'm sorry. I had to go to my son's graduation. By the way, got a couple of graduation things. Oh, and Southwest Airlines embarrassment.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, Southwest Airlines, yesterday, leaving from BDL, which is the Bradley Hartford Airport, Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Let me tell you right now that Southwest Airlines was as efficient as it got. Southwest Airlines, man, we didn't just push back early. We took off like 10 minutes early. Now that's my kind of travel. But then we did hit some weather because we had like, they got to thread the needle. They got to go all over the place. Yeah, down around Georgia and over the southern Georgia into the Florida Panhandle. We hit some weather, so we had to maneuver all around that. So we would have been like really early, but we had to like go all the way west and then come back. It's not Southwest's fault, but Southwest yesterday was really efficient. So I big South. Oh, and then the other reason why I flew Southwest, there is photographic evidence of why I was also very, very happy with Southwest. And I'll explain all that coming up in just a bit. Roxanne is having a medical issue. Roxanne sent me I printed everything out. I've got like 3 panic emails and numerous texts.
I texted you at like 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday.
Yeah, you did. I've got texts. I've got emails at the wazoo. Roxanne's having a medical issue. Her eyes are flashing.
Just one.
So which one?
The left.
Her left eye is flashing. And, of course, Roxanne goes to the internets, and she's, like, diagnosing every possible really bad thing that could be wrong with her. Then you went to an urgent care?
I went to urgent care on Saturday.
You don't go there for your eye. You go there for you break a finger.
Well, no, this is what
you go there for your kid skins their knee.
It's urgent care. They care for everything.
Yeah.
Right?
I came home from a kid's birthday party, and I walked inside, and my eye started. I was like, did I just see a lightning bolt? And then I started seeing a couple of them, and I Googled it, and it was like stroke, brain tumor, or detached retina. So I was like, I'm going to the urgent care right now. But they said that none of those things seemed likely.
Why did you call me?
Because I didn't want it, because I knew it was Julian's graduation.
Your
so I wasn't going to call you.
Party, your graduation dinner.
Here's the deal. Roxanne has some kind of thing going on with her left eye. We'll call you Left Eye Roxanne, like Left Eye Lopez or something. You could burn down your house.
That's actually a cursed name.
Yeah.
I don't need Roxanne flipping over in a Jeep in Guatemala or Nicaragua.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. And Roxanne, it's okay. Roxanne's like, oh, thank you. I know you. So what did you say? We have hugs?
I said that I felt an urge to hug you. I'm not going to.
Yeah, Roxanne,
just to thank you.
Roxanne said to me, MJ, I know you don't like hugs, but I really want to hug you. Why? Because I set up Dr. Chuck.
Yes, it makes me feel better. That's what I'm anxious right now, and so a call from a doctor is just exactly what I want.
In a little less than an hour at 8 o'clock, before he goes into surgery, we're going to call our buddy Dr. Chuck Slonim, longtime friend of the MJ Morning Show, and Roxanne's going to be able to unload her symptoms and see if we can get a read from Dr. Chuck on whether Roxanne has a brain tumor. What was it, gonorrhea? What was it?
Iurea.
And what else?
Imminent stroke.
Stroke?
Or detached retina.
Or detached retina. All right, so we'll in less than an hour, 8 o'clock exactly, we're going to call Dr. Chuck, so stand by. All right, I don't know what it is about getting hit over the head with crazy stuff today, but last segment in Morons in the News, we talked about this dude that was waiting for a burglar because he knew the burglar was coming back, like the next day, and this dude had a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire with nails and screws, and the guy crawls through the window of the mobile home, and the homeowner just goes to town on this guy with a barbed wire screw and nail baseball bat. All right, so that just thinking about that's painful. What else? What else that you could get clonked over the head with is just like a nightmare when you think about it.
Oh my God, there's so many things.
I mean, I immediately
All
go
right,
to
a
hold
bag
on.
of cotton balls.
Stop.
That would be
it.
horrible.
All right, hang on a minute. Let me give you a hint. All right, it's now time to play really bad things to get clonked over the head with.
You guys need somebody to.
Stop with what? Top 5 things you don't want to get clonked over the head with?
What's the matter, Pastor? You know,
Oh, no. Here comes Froggy's Louis Anderson.
Yeah, listen, every time the list is to me, man, I think Louis in charge.
Louis Anderson was like the host of Family Feud for 3.5 minutes.
That's right. The best 3.5 minutes of your life. So what's the category?
Things that you don't want to get clonked over the head with.
All right.
All right, now let me narrow it down.
Big wieners is not on the list.
Stop. We stop it, please.
All right, I'm going to take off.
Stop. All right. I'll narrow it down. Stuff that you'd find in a bathroom. What is something in a bathroom that you do not want to get clonked over the head with?
Maybe the plunger, the toilet plunger.
No,
That's rubber.
I
it's
know,
got a
but
rubber
it's got
nipple at
poop on
the
it.
end.
I have a
disgusting.
real guess.
It's got poop on it?
Yeah, it's
no.
just gross.
No.
the
No,
plunger is gross.
Keep
but-
in mind, folks, this sound also is a hint. Things in a bathroom that you don't want to get clonked over the head with.
I can't even imagine.
the entire toilet.
Yeah, it would have to be the toilet.
Oh,
I mean,
you're getting close.
Froggy, you're from
Get
a
it warm.
plumbing. The
warm.
next to the
Day?
toilet's the
What?
sink.
No, warm. No, colder.
The top tank.
What?
The tank of the toilet.
No, warm.
The lid of the tank.
Yes, the lid.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's brutal.
Dude, can you a toilet tank lid that heavy piece of ceramic or porcelain, whatever the hell that is? Oh my God, man! Listen to this. Man was killed at a group home after he was smashed over the head with a toilet tank lid.
That's like straight up porcelain, right? I mean, I grew up in a plumbing family. Those things used to fill our backyard. So I know about
Wait,
them.
you had old toilets in your backyard?
Yeah, I used to get the lids and break them. It was awesome.
Wait a minute, hold on. Your family used to come off plumbing jobs and just unload
my
people's
grandparents.
toilets in their yard?
My grandparents.
You hire a
house,
plumber
yeah.
to install a toilet. They take the old one.
Yeah,
What do you think the
but,
plumber does to it?
but why would they
Well,
bring
we
all
would
the
get,
old?
we would get rid of it eventually.
But you had a whole yard full of old toilets?
Hey, we're a plumbing company, all right? Who you judging?
Yeah, I mean,
Snit.
But it's at your house.
It's not at my
I'm
house.
sorry, your grandparents' house.
It was at the business facility.
Oh, so I thought you said it was
Which
their
was their
house.
house.
Oh, it was their house.
Spencer's been there.
the business was his old his
Oh my God! So the whole yard was filled with turtles.
Spencer, you know the house in the
Yeah.
back.
Remember that one time
Yeah.
I needed a plumbing quote for an insurance scam I was pulling, and your grandpa's like, "How much do you want the receipt
All
for?"
right, I don't know what you're talking about.
What the hell? All right, you ready for a dumbass up in Hernando County? This lady, I saw this and I'm like, what the hell? This is up in Hernando. This is up in Spring Hill. The sheriff's office, the Hernando County Sheriff's Office, put out a little news release. This woman walks into the Wells Fargo Bank up in Spring Hill. This is last week. Vanessa Ortega, 31 years old. She walks into the bank holding a bright blue object in her left hand. It was described as resembling a firearm. The sheriff's office in Hernando County says that Ortega walks into the bank, holds the gun-like object in the air, and yells, "This is a robbery! Give me all your money!"
How many movies does this person
Yeah,
watch?
it's like Pulp Fiction.
Wait a minute. No one does this.
This is a robbery.
Nobody robs a bank that way. So then she went to the teller window and said, JK.
LOL.
Then she goes to the teller window and says, "No, I'm just joking." And then she withdraws cash from her own account at the Wells Fargo after standing in the middle of the bank and saying, "This is a robbery. Give me all of your money."
So what crime has been committed here?
Dude, you can't go to a bank and hold up something that resembles a gun and say, "This is a robbery." What are you talking about? What crime is? I'll tell you what, why don't you do it later on? And why don't you let us know?
just asking
Let us
what
know.
law was broken.
Why don't you let us know when you're charged
What
with
did
all
they,
the...
what did they arrest
All
her
right,
for?
So Detectives, police start screaming to the bank. Bank staff said, oh, yeah, we know who she is. Well, listen, they have her account number. So they said, yeah, she's a regular customer at the branch. Also, Ortega was identified because they had previous issues with her. They had previous interactions with this woman. So she was arrested later on at a different scene.
Yeah, like at her house?
No, there was another disturbance the cops were called to, and she was arrested there. So she told the Hernando County Sheriff's Office deputies that she went into the bank with a Nerf-like gun, admitted screaming, "This is a robbery, give me all your money." But then she said to the deputies, "I was just joking." Anyway, that's not a joke. They arrested her. 2 counts of attempted robbery with a weapon. She was hit with a $20,000 bond. You can't go into a bank and yell, "This is a robbery." You can't do that.
Did you really ask where's the crime in this?
I'm just asking. Nobody got robbed. Nobody got robbed.
You know, I think we ought to bring Bill Cosby back, and we ought to do a new show called Fester Says the Dumbest Thing.
I'm just asking questions, man.
Fester Says the Dumbest
Mr.
Thing.
Cosby would like you to take this drink.
Yeah.
He's handing you, please.
The man doing the Bill Cosby impression is the one, that's the one I want to stay away from. Have a drink. Have a Jello pudding pop laced with drugs.
There was an 80s superstar that almost was really hurt in a very, very serious, almost killed.
Bill Cosby?
No. No, I didn't get to this last week. And Andrew says, "Hey, do you still need these audio bites?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't get to that last week." So hang on. Which 80s music, teen idol superstar almost died in a car wreck?
Rico Suave.
And then, excuse me, his name was Geraldo.
Yeah, he had a name. You can't just call him by his song.
Folks, that and the fact that I've got the graduation stories to tell. We were embarrassed on Southwest Airlines yesterday.
Oh, my God.
All right, hold on a minute.
I was embarrassed for you.
Do you know about this?
You put it on the Insta.
Yeah, you put it out there,
No.
bud.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Are you talking about the Chloe one?
The announcement.
Okay, hold on. I'm talking about the announcement. I was mortified for you.
Oh, did Chloe put that up?
I saw it on Instagram last night.
Oh, so Chloe must have put it up. All right, hang on. There was an announcement made on the Southwest flight heading to Tampa. You've got to hear this.
Hey, who am I impersonating right now? Okay, I'm holding my hand up and down. That's MJ in the seat.
All right,
I was horrified for you.
All right, hang on. You got to hear this story. All of it, we got a long segment. We do an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show, no interruptions, next here on the MJ Morning Show. 7:25. Let's do it. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show right now. 1 hour, 20 minutes, nonstop content. Boom. So Fester's not back in the room, but he sent me an email last night about something that happened to Alice and his wife.
Oh, no.
And, well, it has to do with like retail shopping at a store. And I'm like, I didn't say anything to Fester yet, but I'm like, dude, we talked about this on the show. All right, here. Fester just walked in.
Hey, sorry.
No, listen. I was just telling the crew, you sent me an email last night about your wife and a retail shopping incident.
Right.
Dude, we talked about this on the show.
Okay, I knew about it.
Like, so, and you don't like, what, pass it on to your wife? Hey,
I didn't know this was, I didn't know she was going there. I didn't know this was going to happen. And then the reaction from the other person was certainly unexpected and uncalled for.
This is really weird. We'll get into, like I said, we got too much crap that we're getting into right now. First of all, last week, I didn't have time to get into this. This was like mid last week. A story came out that a 1980s teen pop superstar almost bought the farm. So 1980s teen pop superstar.
Okay.
Who am I talking? Yeah, who am I talking about here?
Male or female?
Yeah, we need some.
No.
Okay,
Just 1980s teen pop superstar. Who am I talking about?
Top tier A1 Debbie Gibson.
Good guess.
Top 1, tier 2, Tiffany.
Yeah!
Whoa!
Did you meet Tiffany from Saved by the Bell?
No, that's,
No,
that's Tiffany Amber Thiessen / Kelly Kapowski.
No.
No.
Tiffany. Tiffany was in a car wreck, and apparently the stories are she's lucky to be alive.
Wow.
A rep for Tiffany, the big teen pop superstar from the 1980s, she started like doing mall tours.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she started. She was like center court. I remember she came to Lynn Haven Mall in Virginia Beach.
And they would be packed out,
She
buddy.
would pack out a mall.
Oh,
They'd be
my
going crazy for her.
God. It was like they were giving everything away for free at that mall. It was insane. All right, so she was in a car wreck, and according to her people, she was driving on I-65 in Nashville last week when a tire from a truck rolled across the highway and collided with her car and got stuck under the driver's side. I'm lucky, extremely lucky and thankful because a major accident could have happened. Tiffany, who's 51 years old now, told the New York Post in a statement last Wednesday. It's unclear if Tiffany, whose full name is Tiffany Darwish, sought medical attention. Her car was like wrecked. Her rep says the transmission is completely shredded. There's front end damage to the vehicle. The side panel was completely ripped off. So all of what does she drive? Can you tell what this was?
No, it's a really close-up picture of the front corner.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what kind of car this was.
Could it be like what does that look like?
Yeah, so
Is it a sports car?
Is it a Toyota?
oh no, it looks like an Infinity.
Is that a Lexus?
No,
See a little
that's an Infinity. I'm looking at the. It looks like it's an older Infinity. Does she not have a lot of money left over? What is this?
Well, just because you don't have a nice car.
No, I'm just saying that
she's not driving what, a Rolls Royce like Debbie Gibson.
I would listen. Come on, why do you go to Rolls Royce? I think Rolls Royces are chunky and ugly. I'm sorry.
Infinities are nice cars.
Well, if I were a billionaire, I wouldn't own a Rolls Royce.
Mm-hmm.
I just find them chunky and ugly.
Infinities are like really nice Nissans, right?
Tiffany.
We might have it in the archives, MJ. Tiffany was on stage somewhere, and she was like cursing at fans
Oh, yeah.
because it was like an off-key hack fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We played that audio.
She's
At
like,
the time,
"Blame
yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys."
We played that.
She
so
did.
the other Tiffany song.
Alone now, like a few years back, and it sounded better than the original. Like her voice has gotten better with age.
I remember that. I remember that she did. In the day, and I was always like, who would you? For me, it was always Tiffany over Debbie Gibson.
You are a red or auburn-haired man.
Yeah, you are. That's your.
For me though, it was always I was more attracted to Tiffany than to Debbie Gibson.
See, I was always more attracted to Carney Wilson. And, I mean, I thought I could hang with her. I mean, I hope nothing ever happens to Carney. I love Carney.
Oh man, Carney. She's actually, remember we had
Super nice.
We had dealings with her.
Yeah.
And Carney Wilson's a very, very
Yes.
lovely, lovely woman. Just lovely woman.
Did you look at the issue of Playboy with Tiffany in it? Wasn't she in Playboy?
I think she.
I looked at the
you check
issue
it
of
out?
Playboy with Carney Wilson in it.
Oh.
Hold on. What did you say, Andrew?
Debbie did Playboy, not Tiffany.
Oh, was it Debbie?
No, I thought Tiffany did. Are you?
Well, you're the expert, MJ. You tell us.
I'm guessing Andrew's got copies at home. That's why he knows.
I mean, and if Debbie would have
Still
done it,
hanging up like Damone.
All right.
Hold them
So
centerfolds.
listen, hey, Tiffany might have checked out. That's dangerous, man. Do you remember we had the story? Was that a Kia Soul? Remember the tire flew off of a pickup truck recently, and it rolled off and went right in front of a little SUV, and it launched the SUV into the air, and it slammed down, parts flying all over the place. Remember that?
yeah.
Car tires coming off or truck tires coming off. That's serious crap. I remember hearing a story. I think it was like a friend of my grandparents, and things didn't work out well. They were driving, and a tire flew off on the opposite side of the interstate and rolled right into their vehicle, and it was not a good day.
Did you guys ever hear of the Tiffany stalker documentary? I Think We're Alone Now. I saw it on Netflix.
Between Andrew having nude magazines with the and you watching stalker documentaries.
I watched the Price is Right documentary once on Netflix, and then it came up as suggested titles.
There was a documentary on Tiffany's stalkers.
Yeah, there are grown men who still are infatuated.
What the hell?
Now, this came out in 2008. These guys might be dead for all I know. But there's pictures of these guys' houses where there's nothing but pictures of Tiffany around. They go to every signing within 500 miles.
These are grown men?
Yes.
And the documentary's called I Think We're Alone Now.
Yes.
That's the name of the documentary? I Think We're Alone Now?
I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but look it up.
Oh, my God. Look at these guys. Fester's playing the video. These guys look like serial killers. And they're big, Tiffany fans?
I mean, if you want to hear it, I can put the audio up for you.
No, that's
But
hang on.
As a 16-year-old, she was forced to get a restraining order against Jeff Dean Turner. They have my whole name in there.
I am concerned about Joe. I think he might need to seek some counseling.
That guy got a 16 was talking
Or a scab or a skin.
Oh my God, these are like grown men. They're restraining orders against them.
Yeah.
Tiffany.
What the hell?
I mean, they think they're going to be together someday, which, maybe.
That's insane.
It does happen.
I mean, anything can happen. I don't stop. love.
By the way, folks, we had breaking news this morning. Breaking news when we first came on the air. An alert. This is a breaking news alert from the MJ Morning Show. If you're in the town and country area, now overnight, a bear was seen roaming through Froggy's neighborhood in town and country, right off of Memorial and not far from
Sheldon Hillsborough Memorial area.
Exactly. So town and country, numerous neighbors in their little homeowners association posted videos early this morning of a decent-sized bear just cruising through people's carports across their front yards.
I sent Fester the videos.
So cocaine Carolwood bear apparently is now.
Oh, poor bear. He must be lost,
And now check it out, the town and country area.
Is every bear going to be cocaine bear moving forward?
Absolutely.
I feel bad for the bear.
Every single bear.
What do you feel bad for the bear for?
Because he probably wants to find his home. He's lost. He's scared. He's confused.
And he needs some Coke.
All right, I got to talk about in a minute Julian's graduation. People, my God, love the pictures I posted. Then we were just slightly embarrassed on a Southwest Airlines flight leaving Connecticut yesterday afternoon. I'll explain that story in a second. Hey, and Roxanne, we're going to talk to Dr. Chuck Slonim, our official ophthalmic surgeon here on the MJ Morning Show. We're going to talk to Dr. Chuck in about 25 minutes because Roxanne is having all kinds of flashing in her left eye, and Roxanne thinks she's got a brain tumor now.
So we'll get that checked out over the phone at 8. So I'm
We
super
will.
excited.
Exactly. So that's all coming up in just a bit. First, though, I couldn't make it. I would have loved to have made it on Friday, but we had an event where a bunch of the morning shows from Beasley Media, Orlando and the QIK guys and Maxima, Neo, and the crew down the hall, and we were all invited to go to the TPD training facility, the Tampa Police Department training facility. They wanted to run us through, I guess, the training obstacle course.
Yeah, they have a training obstacle course
Right.
there. They also wanted to go through some driving maneuvers, some police driving maneuvers, and then
like the J-turns and the pit maneuver and all that stuff.
those are the exact two we did. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, gotcha.
And it was
All right.
crazy. And then there was an opportunity to be inside a projection room with a fake pistol for shoot or don't shoot scenarios.
Right. Those are great, though.
Did you have to do the talk them down too, the de-escalation thing too?
One of the scenarios was that one. That's not the one I got. I got smoked right away.
All right, so Roxanne and Fester went. I couldn't be there because, first of all, we did a best of show on Friday because I had a 7:20 flight out on Friday morning.
What the hell is that?
What the hell?
That's the loudest cough ever.
That was a sneeze.
It was a sneeze
Dude,
cough.
can't you turn right into the microphone?
Well, that caught me off guard.
Dude, you've got stuff dripping off your face.
Wipe your mouth.
Mike, would you like a tissue?
No, I'm good. I use my shirt.
Okay.
I got
Throw a tissue at him.
All right.
I've just got tissues.
Wow. Excuse me.
What, you want hand
My
sanitizer?
God.
He has that too.
My God,
right.
you got
Thank you.
stuff. You just touched my hand.
I didn't mean
you
to.
did that deliberately. You just touched. You ran your fingers over my hand.
That's how I shake everybody's hand.
My God, I need sanitizer now. What's wrong with you?
Oh, he just sneezed on my bagel. Ugh.
So, all right, so
Fester,
we're-
you got it out of your bagel.
So anyway, so police training camp.
I had a fly with Michelle and Chloe. I'm sorry, Michelle was already up there. I flew with Chloe on Friday morning, so we were on a 7:20 flight. That was a whole different ordeal. So Delta, we flew Delta up, Southwest back. Delta leaving Tampa, no issues. Not one, perfect. We pushed back on time. We did the taxi roll right to take off. You know where they make the turn, they don't even stop. That video, by the way, is on my Instagram because I videoed, us coming down the taxiway. You make a turn onto one left, and then boom. I mean, we didn't even stop. I love those when you don't even stop and wait for anything. You just make the turn and boom, throttles, firewall, boom, take off,
Boom,
bam. So
boom.
that video is up. It's really kind of cool with the sun and nice clouds as we climb out right over Tampa
Yeah.
International. So that video is on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. So it's Chloe and me. We are set to arrive early in Atlanta. We have an hour for our connecting flight. So we flew Tampa to Atlanta. Then we were flying Atlanta to Bradley up in Hartford, Windsor Locks, Connecticut. So we get to Atlanta and everything's going smoothly and we stop. And next thing I know, we're sitting on that little pad area near all the de-icing trucks,
Yeah.
that they use in the wintertime. And we're sitting there for like 5-6 minutes, and the captain says, ladies and gentlemen, we have an early arrival. Well, we did. We're trying to get to the gate. Our gate's not open. Apparently, the gate is broken. The other flight there is having trouble pushing back. I guess they couldn't retract it. Whatever the hell was going on. We sat, listen to this, we sat on the ramp for 50 minutes. 50 minutes. We pull into Atlanta early, and we're sitting there for 50 minutes while they're trying to find the gate because this one was broken. So finally, they fix it. The plane pulls back. Chloe and I have minutes, like 12 minutes, to get from Atlanta Terminal E all the way to Terminal B. So it wasn't even...
That's always fun.
Oh, my God. Last time we flew Delta back in... we flew Delta, same deal. Tampa, Atlanta to Connecticut. We flew it back in March, and it was like the same we were on the B terminal. So you just went from like B26 to B32, and boom. It's perfect. This time we had a whole... Chloe and I were sprinting. We only had carry-on luggage, and, I mean, I got my roller bag. I've got a little suitor, because I got my sport coat and everything for the graduation, and we are just ripping through the airport. Keep in mind, I'm coming off the kidney stone deal. So I didn't work out for like 2 weeks.
But you weren't feeling your best.
I wasn't feeling. Listen, my kidney stone thing is over. But we're running through the airport. They're closing the door as we're running to the gate. And I said to Chloe, I'm glad I said to Chloe, you soccer athlete, you Division I soccer athlete, you run to the gate and tell them that your pops is just behind. So she sprints to the gate. And they're about ready to close the door. She's like, we're here, wait. So last one's on the plane. It was all the overhead baggage space was gone.
Would you get 2 middle seats?
No.
Because Southwest, if you're the last person on.
Dude, this is Delta. You have assigned seats.
Okay, you flew Southwest back.
Southwest back.
All right.
So this was Delta. No, we had 2 seats assigned. So it was, we're sprinting. It was like, oh, my God. And and then I haven't had any asthma issues in like 4 years. And suddenly, I'm like, I need an inhaler. I'm like, what the? I mean, because we ran a mile.
Right.
And I got luggage and everything. I'm in fairly decent shape, but I'm just coming off of like not working out for 2 weeks because of the kidney stones. And I'm like, oh my God. So we make it on the plane. We had to jam they have like a closet.
Like as soon as you walk in.
Yeah. We had to jam our bags in the closet. And so we get on the flight, and we made it by the hair of our chinny chin. Is that the expression?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just made it because what a mess. All right, so that was the way up. All right.
We're still talking about the police camp?
Yeah, so we are.
Okay.
We are. But then I've got to go back to graduation, and then the embarrassment on the flight back. So the whole MJ family was slightly embarrassed. I'll explain in a minute. First, though, back to TPD. So I couldn't be there because we flew to Julian's high school graduation in Connecticut for Saturday. So I wasn't here on Friday. We did a best of. And I would have loved to have gone to the Police Academy training day with all the morning shows from our company on Friday, but I couldn't be there. So representing the MJ Morning Show, Roxanne and Fester.
And we missed you guys, but we would have loved to have you and Froggy and Andrew there, but it was fine because it was like 2 people from every station, so it worked out fine. But I did the obstacle course part. I just did the obstacle course because I had my kid out there with me, so we couldn't be there for the whole, 4 hours or so?
It was 3.5 hours or so, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
So but I got to tell you guys, Fester did a shockingly amazing job on the obstacle course. He finished it. He would make the force.
Hold on. Fester would make the force?
He would.
I mean, I would be like desk duty. but yeah, it was very challenging.
I just can't see Fester chasing like some suspect or perp, you know?
Well,
jumping over fences.
Okay, so here's what the officer said. We were talking about that because I'm there. I'm a bigger guy. Orlando's there.
Yeah.
He's a bigger guy.
Yep.
And we both completed the obstacle course. But the other officers said, hey, listen, they can't outrun the radio. They can't outrun
Motorola, whatever they say.
The force. Yeah. So, but listen, we did the course. It's a reasonable amount of running.
A lot of running. And the thing I was terrible at, but I still did it too. I would make the force as well. Was the thing, Fester, that you have to drag the 150-pound weights?
They have a dead sled, dead weight.
Dead sled.
I could not do that.
But we did the obstacle course.
Yeah.
Then we did the driving maneuvers, and it was great. The biggest part of the day, though, MJ, I mean, we were all honored to be there.
Yes.
Friday was one of the biggest days in the history of Tampa Police Department because they named Lee Burkall.
Oh, chief.
The chief.
Yeah, so Lee Burkall, the acting chief, became
chief.
the actual chief of police for
that
the Tampa
morning.
Tampa Police Mayor Castor named Lee Burkaw the new permanent chief of TPD.
So this guy becomes chief of Tampa Police.
Yep.
His first official duty is to meet Fester and Roxanne.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm like,
Right.
I see him walk in the room, and I'm like, what the hell's he doing here? Today's like the biggest day in his career,
right.
and he's hanging out with us.
Right.
And the first thing he walks in the room,
Right.
thing he says, he looks around, greets everybody. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming. Scans the room, and he says, where's MJ?
What, really?
And I'm like, so I'm thinking, holy crap, MJ has warrants. Oh my God. I'm thinking, oh my God, the new chief walks in.
Dude, if there's
he's gonna
any
bust MJ right here in front of us.
If there's anyone they can find anytime, anyone knows exactly where I am from 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday.
So Chief Burkaw says,
Where's MJ?
and then, and the other morning shows didn't know where you were. So I'm like, sir, yeah, Chief, he couldn't make it. And he goes, couldn't make it. Like, well, hold on, Chief. His son's graduating high school. He's out of town. He's flying up to Connecticut.
Right.
And he goes, where's his wife? And I go, well, and then now he's kind of joking now. And I'm like,
Right.
all right, well, I was like, Chief, funny thing about graduations, they tend to go together. And he smiles.
Oh,
and
you
he-
guys are just riffing.
and now
You
we're
guys
all
are
buddies.
buddies.
Get this, Froggy. The Chief loves you.
Oh, really?
He listens to the morning show every morning.
Well, thanks,
and
Chief.
He
That's
told me,
great.
he said, hey, I've been listening to you guys for years. When I was a rookie cop, I won $5,000 from MJ.
What?
Back in the old
Really?
days, MJ, BJ, like he started like in the mid 90s working.
Oh my God. He won $5,000 from the MJ and BJ morning show back in the day?
So Chief Burkaw told
Wow.
me, like, within 30 seconds of meeting him after he grills me about where you are.
Must have been the fantastic plastic payoff.
I wonder what it was.
Right? He's like, listen to you guys for years. I love
Yeah,
you guys.
he didn't win Booba Palooza.
No, he didn't. But he said, he goes, yep, I was a rookie cop.
Wow.
Exactly what I needed back. I've listened to you guys ever since. So it was super cool to meet the chief.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And the chief did say that he would make another day for you to come out to do the obstacle course for driving.
That's great. That's good.
But
good
it's
story.
very cool. Very
Thanks.
cool.
All right, so
Oh, hold on. Let me finish something else.
Yeah.
The bigger part of that is,
Yes.
is that the Tampa Police Department is doing a recruitment drive right now. If anybody out there ever thought to get a career in law enforcement, or you wanted to investigate or join the Tampa Police Department, now is the time.
they pay well too.
They pay very
Yeah.
well. The
Yep.
scholarships are available to their academy. They're looking for people right now, looking for people of, every shape, size, ethnicity, gender, everything. They're looking for people for the force. You have to pass the obstacle course in 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Right.
But
but
aside from
the
that,
fact that we can do it, both you and I,
Yeah.
Fester, completely different body types, that tells
Yeah.
you can too.
if I could do it, you could do it. But Tampa Police Department's looking for bodies right now, looking for men and women. So just look them up and you'll find it.
7:48 at the MJ Morning Show. We're going to call Dr. Chuck at 8 o'clock with Roxanne's eye issue. Roxanne is convinced she's got some horrific ailment going on that's causing her left eye to flash. So we'll call Dr. Chuck Slonim, our official MJ Morning Show ophthalmic surgeon, in just a few minutes.
And I've gotten a ton of medical advice from all the texters.
Yeah, that's what
a
you want. You
wide
want,
range.
Yeah,
I
you want-
appreciate it
you,
all.
Yeah, you want medical advice from our texters. That's good stuff right there. Yeah, why don't you start following that immediately?
None of which any
Yeah.
of them spent a day in eye medical school.
All right, so I got to get back to the graduation stuff and the photos, and my parents damaged the Airbnb that we rented, so that's going to be a whole new issue. And the anyway, I'll get to that in a second. First, though, I feel bamboozled. I feel you guys are like working me over.
People in this room?
Yeah.
I am.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I definitely am.
I feel like you guys are working me over. Fester, you know where this is going?
I think I do.
Okay, Roxanne, where do you think this is going?
This just popped into my head.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I think you think that we don't spend enough time with you in the morning.
What?
Is that it?
No.
Have to do with like
something
taking
that
time off?
He's been tricked, right?
Well, you said taking time off.
Yeah,
All right, that's more.
that's what it is.
But you
That's what
don't-
I'm getting at.
But no, well, then just say it.
Yeah, taking time off.
Well, what am I thinking?
That you're mad because you think we take too much time off.
Well, here's the deal. You guys are gaming me.
No, not you.
No, you're gaming me.
What's
So,
gaming?
It turns out that,
I'm a
listen,
gamer.
I've been doing this a long time. All right, this is my 42nd year, I think, 41st year. Anyway, I've been doing this for a long time. So I get a reasonable amount of vacation. I get 6 weeks of paid vacation a year, and I've had that for a long time. This goes back to like probably the year 2000, long time. I've worked into 6 weeks of vacation a year, and you know what? I deserve it. All right? So here's what's going on. When I'm off, the crew is off for the most part.
Yeah, because you don't want us to do the show without you.
Well, it's an ensemble show.
Yeah, I wouldn't do the show without. George doesn't host the Seinfeld show.
All right,
The George show would be good.
Here's the deal.
I'm George.
So when I take my time off, the crew gets that time off. But what's going on here is the crew is now saying, oh, but your vacation days don't work for me. So I have found out that Fester's going to be working a total of 9 shows during the entire month of June.
Of which today is the 3rd one. So, yes, that is the case. Yes.
Dude,
Oh my God.
hey,
Wow.
guess what? You're the...
That's amazing.
You and Froggy are the worst. Roxanne's not quite as bad.
Wait,
But
what?
Froggy and Fester, you guys have...
Everything I take off is for business.
It doesn't matter,
Yes.
but you're not
Everything
here.
I take off is for personal.
All right,
Yeah.
That's
but
right.
Here's the deal. You guys have figured out how to game me. You're gaming the system, and Fester's going to end up with more vacation time. Same with Froggy. You guys are going to be out more than I'm out, and I get 6 weeks a freaking year.
Good. My
When
part-time,
am I out?
My part-time schedule matches the part-time pay. It's all right. It's
Fester
fine.
is working 9 shows during the entire month of June.
I wouldn't even call it work. I mean, we are just kind of making jokes about my own situation. But yeah, MJ,
What do you want us to do?
under
when you're...
no circumstances should I be obligated to take the exact days you take off.
Yeah, that
Right?
Yeah,
doesn't
that's-
make sense.
Aside
too
from
tough.
So you get, like, for instance, I'm taking Julian, a little bit of a graduation gift. I'm taking Julian scuba diving to Little Cayman at the end of the month. And then Fester's like, you know what? That didn't work for me. So Fester's taking all next week off to go on family vacation.
Yeah.
So Fester gets all of next week, and then he gets the whole next week after, he's back from vacation, gets to remain on vacation because I'm going on vacation.
Well, don't you always say after you've been on a vacation, you're like, gosh, I need a vacation from my vacation. Now he's going to get it.
it works like this. I will be gone Friday and all of next week.
So he's gone this Friday,
then-
all of
Yeah.
next week.
And then we're back for 4 shows.
Okay, 4, and then
Because then you're taking the Friday.
right, I'm taking
and then the next
next
following
week into like July 1st.
So
Yeah.
it was it was 2 days 2 days last
Yeah.
week. Was it 3 2 days in June last week.
Fester's working 9 shows in the entire month of June.
Yeah. Okay, that's the way it goes. And when you're on
Unbelievable.
now here's the other side of it. And this is the most important part. While you're on vacation and I am not having a scheduled vacation time, although I have nothing to do in the physical building, I will be making my awful web stories that have gotten like 600 hits. So I will make my contributions to the web department and contribute
While
to,
you're on vacation?
Well, while he's not here.
On
You're-
MJ's
you're,
vacation.
you're clicking on your stories more than anyone else is.
Dude, you know what? They've busted people for doing that before. I heard
Yeah,
a
they
story.
have.
Clicking on their own.
We had some posts.
We need to get some ClickBot just to click on stories.
You can't do that. We had some posts. The one post, I forget what it was. I think it was one of your posts, MJ, that you had written, and it got like a ridiculous amount of hits compared to my normal 150 hits. And one of the people in the back said, "What is he using a click robot or a click
They accused
program?"
MJ of that?
They asked, and I was like, I heard it secondhand.
Hold on, they were accusing me?
They asked. Now they weren't.
Who's
They
they?
weren't accused.
Who's they?
Gino asked. Was he using a clickbot? And I heard this secondhand. So I didn't hear it
Gino
first.
was accusing me of using a
I
ClickBot?
heard this secondhand.
Because one of my stories on MJMorningShow.com got a lot of hits?
Listen, nothing I'm saying
What,
is
I can't have a good story that gets a lot of hits? I got to be using a ClickBot? What, Gino's the only genius that can get clicks around here?
yes. That is.
That's why his name is Gino. Yes.
But
Yes.
he talks about some new hamburger stand?
Yeah, I got 100,000 hits. You guys are. You wrote a novel.
Anyway, I
so
gotta move
they've
on.
busted people before for using just a click, 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 and they found out that it was coming from the guy's house and the guy in the studio, and they kind of narrowed in. on it.
Really?
But
I'm not using any clicks.
then he saw that we were getting clicks from around the globe on your story, and I was like, oh.
You could be real paranoid if you have a click bot.
Our web guys are paranoid
All
around
right, so the rest of the story on graduation and our Southwest embarrassment. By the way, thank you, everyone. The engagement on my Instagram, our engagement is so... Go to my Instagram real quick. So go out to the There we go. Stop right there. So there are a couple of new posts on my Instagram. Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio.
Let's see what engagement is for you.
I want to show you this. So I posted a picture of myself, Michelle, and then Julian in the middle. Julian's holding up his high school diploma from his graduation Saturday up in Connecticut.
Would you guys all join the Blue Blazer gang?
Yeah, would you get a discount or something?
You stop it,
buy
guys.
4 Blue Blazers.
Right,
Just
so
25% off.
You can take a look at the picture of Julian, Michelle, and me, and this thing has 1,500 likes. 1,500 likes. You know, I look at other morning shows in this market. They don't get this kind of engagement. I'm talking about, some other big shows in this market that don't get this kind of engagement. 1,500 likes, 152 comments. That's a lot.
Now, if we can only make this work for our web posts.
Yeah, really.
That would be great.
So then Chloe said to me, you didn't post the picture with me in it as well?
Yeah, that is a dirtbag move.
Yeah, you know what? I posted the picture of just Julian, Michelle, and me. And then I reposted Chloe, and then I wrote something like Chloe Bellyached. I forgot to put the picture of her up. So now there's a second picture on Certified MJ Radio of Julian, Michelle, me, and Chloe. That already has over 1,000 likes.
Wow.
And 84 comments. So, again, if you want to see the lovely pictures of Julian, the whole family, the whole MJ family, if you want to see it, go to Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And take a look at the two pictures. We're a lovely-looking family. And give us a follow. So give me a follow. If you don't follow me yet at Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, give me a follow. And then, tell you what, we flew Southwest back. Yeah, thank God.
Look at that bag. What is it? What is he smoggling, like 20 midgets in
this
bag?
That's 4 years of boarding school.
Oh, that's two bags. That's 2 big duffels.
Dude, it's 2 big duffels. We flew back with 8 pieces of checked luggage. We never check luggage. So what's the thing about Southwest?
2 bags fly free.
Bags fly free. So Southwest, bags fly free. We would have been saddled with this would have been like $600 in baggage charges if we didn't fly Southwest. So we have 8 bags. 4 of us traveled. So 2 times 4 is 8. We had 8 checked bags, and then we all had carry-ons. We all had our wheeling carry-on and our personal item. So we each had an additional 2 items. We had to make 2 trips at the airport. So seriously. So yesterday, I had the X5 was parked at economy parking. I ran and got the car. They waited for the bags, and literally we had to fold down the seats. I had to make 1 run of just luggage back to the house, then go back to the airport and pick up Chloe and Michelle with an additional 3 pieces of luggage that wouldn't fit in the car.
Wow.
And then I took this picture of Julian. Julian is standing in front of the mound of luggage right outside of door 166 or whatever it is at Southwest, right outside of baggage claim. So you got to see Julian standing in the middle of this mountain of checked luggage. Because this is something we never do. Again, that's up at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Anyway, I'm so proud of Julian. Congratulations, high school graduate. And listen, we're just one of many. We're just a regular family like many of you. Many of you have college or high school graduates. So many of our listeners had kids that just graduated from local high schools here in the Tampa Bay area. So congratulations. Your kid's graduation is just as important as my kid's graduation.
Well, many people also have like community college graduates, technical school graduates, Alcoholics Anonymous graduates.
Well, I said college as well. Tons of. So listen, congratulations to all the families, all the proud moms and dads, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever. Congratulations to all the graduates, and I just know what it feels like because Julian just went through 4 years of a boarding school, and boom, and he was the all-school president this year. He's going to miss it, but then he's off to college. He's off to NYU Tisch Film School. Which is incredible because we found out.
That's amazing.
Julian applied for early decision at NYU Film School, at Tisch School. And we've since found out that the acceptance rate was less than 5%.
Wow.
For Tisch Film School, less than 5%.
That's
so
huge.
What a sarcastic, condescending wow,
You know what?
Froggy.
What is up with that?
It's like a real brag fest over here. I mean, my
what-
kids graduated from 7th grade. Or no,
Yeah, what kind of
4th
jerk
grade.
wagon are you, man?
Hey,
jerk
listen,
wagon.
Jerk wagon. You know what? You ought to open up a chicken place called the Jerk Hut.
There is a jerk hut.
I know there is.
Hey.
The guy loves us, doesn't he?
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah. The Jerk Hut guy loves us.
Yeah.
Tell Julian I'm working on my script. I really want to team up with him, and I want to make him a short, my movie, about the guy who gets eaten by his own armpit. I want to make that movie with him.
Is he going to be home all summer?
No, he's got some stuff he's doing
Damn
in
it,
the summer.
damn it.
Yeah. All right, so folks, again, congratulations to all the graduates out there. And if you want to see the pictures of us up at graduation and all the luggage, Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow while you're there. Thank you very much. All right, there's one other graduation story. My parents damaged the Airbnb we rented.
Wait, you didn't talk about the embarrassing... son
Yeah,
of a...
actually, we have both those things to
Yeah.
do, but we have to stay on time for Dr. Chuck.
We do. Hold on. I'll do my parents later, but I got to do the airplane. So the embarrassing thing on Southwest, we're on the airplane, and a friend of mine who's a Southwest captain, he knows we're on the flight. He knows we're all traveling back from Julian's graduation, and I get a text message from my buddy Captain Tim, who's a buddy. He's a Southwest captain. He says, you might want to pay attention to the pre-flight announcements. I'm like, oh, jeez, what's going on here? So we're at Southwest. We're on a Boeing 737-700. We're flying from BDL, Windsor Locks, Connecticut, Hartford, back to Tampa, nonstop flight. And before we push back, the captain comes out of the cockpit. You know when they grab the flight attendant, the intercom, and they stand at the front of the plane?
Yeah.
Well, this is what happened.
A special family on board as well. Todd and Michelle, where are you guys at? Todd, Michelle, Chloe, Julian. He does the MJ morning show. A fantastic morning show down there. I understand he does a great job. And Julian just graduated high school. That's fantastic. So we got some celebrities. We have one in particular down there. Appreciate it, and just keep doing what you're doing. From your buddy Tim. He says a big hello. All right, we'll be on our way here shortly.
So
Wait a second.
he makes us raise our hands. Where are you? We have to raise our hands.
I was
So
horrified
he's like,
for you.
He's like, yeah, he does the MJ morning show down there in Tampa. Great show, great job.
Oh, he says, I understand they do a great job.
So my buddy Tim, who's a Southwest Airlines captain, he called this captain on the cell phone. Because he knows he can look up the flight, see the crew, and see who it is. The cell numbers are all in their private. He called the captain of my airplane and gave him the information to go make an announcement to embarrass me and talk about the MJ morning show.
A special family on board as well. Todd and Michelle, where are you guys at? Todd, Michelle, Chloe, Julian. He does the MJ morning show.
So you tipped your friend off that you'd be on that flight? Or you told him you were flying
He
it?
knew, because we talk a lot. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay,
and I'm
so you
like,
said you're on
I'm like,
Southwest.
hey, we're flying the company, all four of us. So he found out what flight we were on, and boom. Then he says, hey, you might want to pay attention to the announcements. He called the captain of my plane and had him embarrass us.
I mean, usually when somebody describes somebody else as special, it's, some kind of disability. So the captain's absolutely right.
Anyway, it was sweet. So thank you, Captain Tim, my good Southwest. I've got like 3 pals that are Southwest captains. All right, so I got to call Dr. Chuck right now for Roxanne, and then after this, I'll talk about my parents wrecking our Airbnb. So now, Michelle's worried about her Airbnb rating's going to go to hell in a handbasket. So we're waiting. My parents damaged the Airbnb. So hang on, we'll get to that in a minute. Let me call Dr. Chuck. And he's standing by. He's going to start surgery soon. So hang on a minute. Let me get him on the phone here.
Now, Dr. Chuck can use the hands free while he's slicing and dicing eyes and can still talk to us.
He's not going to be doing surgery.
He's
got his earbuds in.
Right.
Roxanne has got some kind of problematic eye flashing with her left eye, and she's all panicking. So Dr. Chuck apparently waiting for our call here. Hopefully.
Hello?
Dr. Chuck Slonim.
Oh, wait, let me step out of the... 1 second.
Yep. So,
Step out of the OR.
Yep.
See, he's in the OR right now.
Well, he's got a surgery coming up.
Busy man.
So, Dr. Chuck Slonim, our official ophthalmic surgeon of the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Doc, thanks for coming on. So, Roxanne sent me texts and emails. She's all panicked. She's got flashing coming from her left eye. Roxanne, you know Dr. Chuck.
I do. I
So Roxanne went to an urgent care yesterday because she was so panicked.
Saturday, I went to the urgent care because
Saturday.
it came on all of a sudden. I just was walking in my house and I started seeing like these lightning flashes almost. And then I Googled it. Of course, I'm a big Googler. And then I went, it said, either brain tumor, stroke, or detached retina. So I went and got that checked out at urgent care. And they said just follow up with an appointment.
All right, so just tell
above.
Dr. Chuck exactly what happened, how it started, and what you're experiencing.
That was the first time I noticed it was Saturday morning. And it kind of went on periodically throughout the day. And then Sunday, I was just like, I'm going to rest. And I got him down to like maybe 1 hour at the most. So they really stopped quite a bit. And then this morning, they started up again as soon as I got in the car. And it was dark and I was driving to work. They started doing a little flickering, but now since I've been at work, they've kind of stopped again. So they're, come and go. I will tell you, sometimes my kids kick me in the face in the middle of the night.
What happens?
Not recently.
We told you to get the kids out of the bed. I mean, come on.
For the most part, they're out, but that's happened. I did some stuff with Fester on Friday where I was trying to lift 150-pound equipment. I'm trying to think of anything I could have done.
That could have strained your eyeball.
All right,
that would have strained it.
So, Doctor, we've got Roxanne. She's getting flashing flickers. Can she be more descriptive as far as what the flickers are like in her left eye?
No, she was very descriptive. She has to go to an eye doctor. She has to have her pupils dilated so that he or she can look inside and make sure that there's no retinal detachment, or where the gel in the eye actually separates and pulls on the retina, causing a little bit of tugging, and would cause some light flashes. So it's a true ophthalmic emergency when it's lasted a couple days, just to make sure that there's no retinal tear, retinal detachment. The inside of the eye is a gel. When we're born and as we get older, it starts to liquefy, and sometimes the gel collapses like Jell-O in a mold. And when it does, it's very intimately attached to the retina inside, and if it tugs on the retina, you can get a flash of light.
Doctor, this is Bill Cosby. Did you say Jell-O pudding pops are in your eye?
I had said yes. You've got gel pudding pops in your eye.
Whatever you do, don't take anything from me if I hand you a drink, okay? All right, I'm sorry. Go.
Definitely not.
All right.
No, but for that, you need to have that looked at because it's lasted a couple days. Usually, if the gel separates, what's called a vitreous, which is the name of the gel, separation, the flashes may just last for an hour or so. It may then go away if the gel separates cleanly. But if it's not clean, or if there's a little retinal detachment or a tear, a little piece of that retina, if it's just sort of wiggling, you're going to see flashes of light. You need to be dilated, and somebody needs to look in as soon as possible.
So you think it's less likely that she has like a brain tumor, which is one of the worst things that she Googled?
Yeah, much less likely. It's. Do you wear glasses? Are you highly nearsighted? Do you have a?
I was highly nearsighted, but I had what is it called?
Yeah.
LASIK.
Okay, highly nearsighted people are more prone to this. And so therefore you probably have a propensity for maybe a little retinal tear or detachment. You need to be seen today or tomorrow for sure. And by somebody, and maybe even just a retinal specialist, and just bypass the general person and just go directly to somebody that just looks at retinas.
Roxanne, do you have an eye doctor or someone that's...
Well, funny thing, I'm seeing my optometrist on the 19th for my yearly checkup, but obviously that's a couple weeks away.
I think you need to go beyond like eyeglass world.
I don't know any retinal specialists, so I will.
All right.
Yes.
Wait a minute, I just saw my doctor at Lens Crafters.
Finish with surgery. I will get you. Call me back, and I'll get you in to see somebody today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So can I give Roxanne your cell number?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, Chuck. Thank you for coming on, Dr. Chuck Slonim. All right. So probably not a brain tumor, but if she did some strenuous stuff on Friday and she woke up with it on Saturday, that could have been the cause, right?
Exactly. Yes. Heavy lifting, deep bending, things like that can actually cause that gel to separate and may have moved it and caused a little bit of traction on the retina. Hopefully it's just traction, a little bit of pull, and nothing was detached or torn. But you got to make sure, and especially if somebody that was previously highly nearsighted, I think is worth is worth the effort.
One other quick question for you. Thank you so much.
MJ will give you the day off to see your eye doctor.
Let's not go crazy, Chuck.
One other quick question for you, if you don't mind.
I'm getting gamed on that now. Yeah. Hold on. You have more questions?
Just one more quick question.
Maybe you should give him a copay. I mean, maybe you should just Venmo him $25.
Hey, I need an office visit fee here.
Seriously.
So what you described, if it is like a little tear, can that be fixed? What do you do? A little laser?
No, they got to take the eyeball out.
They may want to use a laser and spot weld it. There's all sorts of treatments for things like that.
But it's doable, right? It's not.
It is doable depending on yes, absolutely.
So she's not maimed for the rest of her life. That's what she's asking.
No, not for the rest of her life. As long as she's able to see and everything's.
You don't have to scoop the eyeball out with a melon scooper.
Pardon me?
You don't have to scoop the eyeball out with a melon scooper and put a glass one in.
No, not one of the.
We're not going to call her Sammy Davis Roxanne.
Put the ping pong ball in like Milton Fed's count.
Oh, that's right, the ping pong ball one. We ought to play that. Hey, thanks, Chuck.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Thank you. I'll call you after the show. I so appreciate it.
Call me back later. I'm in OR all day today, so.
Are you?
Let me know and I'll get you there.
Thanks, Chuck.
Nice one, Fess.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Dr. Chuck Sloanham. All right, do you feel a little better?
I was hoping it was just going to be like a Roxanne, you're just a hypochondriac kind of thing?
No, it's probably something simple.
I literally just went to LensCrafters this weekend, and they did the whole blow in your eye, and they did the test, and I got my new glasses. It's the same thing.
You know, you can visit. Can't you visit like the guy at Sam's Club who like wears like the white lab coat off to the corner next to photos? That's where I'm gonna go.
Just go to Sam's Club later today and say, I think I've got a detached retina.
I'll sit right here. What's move?
We got the super glue on aisle 23.
Yeah,
I know you didn't want to hear. You should get this taken care of in the next 2 days.
Did you hear Roxanne describe herself to the doctor as "I'm a big Googler"? Well, I went to Google because, you know, I'm a big Googler. And I'm like, are you now? Oh, yeah. Is that on your resume now, too? Hobbies, Googling.
So, Roxanne, I don't need a hug. Roxanne's like,
thank you.
Roxanne was like, oh, thank you so much for having Chuck come on this morning. I know, MJ, you're not a big hugger, but I want to give you a hug.
Well, I texted you.
Let's just be honest. You just want to rub up against me, all right?
No.
Let's call it what it is, all right?
Ooh.
I saved that for Fester here, you know. Okay. So I did text you and say, I need a hero on Sunday morning, remember?
Holding out for a hero.
Yeah.
I'm holding it out for a hero.
She had to Google one of those, too.
Did you really go to LensCrafters?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah,
where am I getting my glasses at?
In about an hour, right?
Yeah, it takes a couple days.
Yeah, about an hour.
I don't think they do about an hour. It's about a week.
Right. All right. Well, listen, I just don't think she can get her retinal detachment, or eye gel leakage fixed at LensCrafters.
No, but they can tell you the problem.
I don't know. Though. I don't think
better than walking into an urgent care where the lady's like, I don't do eyes. Go to an optometrist.
Right. Speaking of Sam's Club, Costco.
Yes.
I have something really interesting, and then I'll get into my parents'. I'm going to have to take some phone calls because I don't know what the process here is. And Michelle is all worried about her Airbnb rating getting dinged because we've got a great rating. Here's the deal, though. Sam's Club, Costco, I saw an item over the weekend of impending recession. You know, a lot of experts think that we're heading to recession. We've got a potential rough part of the second part of this year. So a little rough road potentially, economy-wise, and guess what? Costco executives on their recent investor conference call, they said that recent habits of Costco shoppers are a telltale sign that a recession is on the way. Do you know what telltale sign? So shoppers are buying more of a particular item, less of a particular item, and Costco thinks that this is a harbinger, that this is an indicator of an issue with the economy, that recession is, they think, imminent. You know what it is?
What?
More people are going there for dinner at the hot dog hut where it costs like $1.50 for a hot dog and a Coke?
No.
Okay, that's out.
All right, listen, I'm just going to cut to the chase.
What, more people are buying rotisserie chickens
Well,
and
hey.
stocking up on them?
No, well,
When you think of Costco and Sam's Club, what do you think? You think of the rotisserie chickens, right?
at what, $4.99?
Yeah, something like under $5, like their big loss leader to get you in the door.
Yeah. Oh, they lose money in every chicken.
Yeah,
I
but-
believe that they do lose money. All right, so here's the deal. Customers are avoiding more expensive, pricier cuts of beef at the Costco butcher and are buying cheaper meats that include pork and chicken.
Oh.
So that's according to the Costco investor conference call. Costco CFO Richard Galanti warned that this consumer behavior was quite common during previous economic downturns.
So instead of getting steaks or fillets, I guess those are steaks too, they get cheaper cuts.
They think this is an indicator that a recession is on the way. So it's like a kind of a predictor of what's coming in a couple of months.
I only get my meat from those meat trucks, and it's like
Those guys who knock on your door who have them like, hey,
$7 for like 70 fillets. It's so good.
Also, the Kirkland brand saw growth in the last quarter.
That's a good brand, actually.
Yeah. So a lot of times the major manufacturers, I think, make the Kirkland brand. But another indicator that consumers are spending less and that this could be an indicator of a recession coming is that the Costco brand last quarter saw growth. So they're thinking that people are buying the Costco brand, the Kirkland brand, so it's a little cheaper than the name brand.
It's good stuff.
And they think that that's a possibility as well. We buy a lot of Kirkland.
Kirkland's great.
I'm not Sam's Club anymore because they closed the Sam's Club in South Tampa.
Yeah, I'm
So-
SCFL, so
right.
Sam's Club for life.
All right, so my parents joined us as well as Michelle's parents. So we had both sets of grandparents up in Connecticut for Julian's graduation on Saturday. And instead of getting, a series of hotel rooms, we decided to rent a nice home. It's like a 4-bedroom home. So we rented an Airbnb. And place is nice. We did a remarkable job, keeping the place clean. You wouldn't even know we were really there except right when we're about to check out, my mother says, "Oh, hey, I want to show you this hole in the wall in the bedroom."
A hole in the wall?
Hole in the wall.
Wait a minute.
I'm like, what?
What kind of a house is this?
What the heck?
I don't know that I've put 2 holes in the wall accidentally in my lifetime.
So I don't
purpose.
know. I don't know what the hell happened. The doorknob and my parents got the nicest room. My parents got the master bedroom with the king bed. And as we're checking out, they're like, "Oh yeah, look at this." And the doorknob is just pushed through the entire wall behind the door. Now, it turned out, you got the little door stopper. Sometimes you got the hard ones. Sometimes you have the ones that go, ba-doing, on the spring. It turned out this thing's a little out of whack, and it didn't do its job. So the doorknob, literally went right through the drywall. There is a circular hole. I'm looking at insulation in there and everything. Whole thing just pushed through. There's drywall on the floor. There's drywall on the knob on the inside where the thing went through. And my mom's like, "Oh, yes, that was here when we checked in."
What?
I'm like, wait a minute. We all met here on, we got here on Friday. We got here on Friday. Wait a minute. And you're telling me that this was there? Why wouldn't you tell me? Why are you telling me this 8 minutes before we all check out? Oh, no, that was there. Like this fresh drywall on the handle. So they pushed the whole freaking handle through the. So what's the deal here? Now, granted, the door stopper was malfunctioned. There's no doubt about it. It was not in good shape. The door stopper did not do its job. It was bent, and I don't think they did that because the spring was all out of whack. So what happens here?
You got to have a conversation with the owner. You got to contact him and tell him.
Do we preemptively? Does Michelle send a note here that our guests say that there was a hole in the wall? I'd love to hear from some people that run Airbnbs.
You're supposed to check that place before,
right? Well, I didn't. The place was in pretty good shape. So my parents are like, "Oh, no, that was here. We saw it when we got here." Well, then why wouldn't you tell me that there's a hole in the wall so I can take a picture immediately with like that day's timestamp? Instead, 8 minutes before we had to be out of the place at 11 a.m. And they're telling me at 10:52. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's this hole in the wall, and there's like drywall flecks all over the ground.
She lying to you?
I don't know.
Would your mother lie to you?
Maybe so. All right, so I got to talk to people. I need to talk to people that are listening right now that have either been hit with Airbnb damage or are you an Airbnb renter? I need some advice here. What do we do? Do we send an email, like a preventive email, or... hey, by the way, I mean, and then how much is that going to be? A hole in the wall? Is that like a $500 charge?
I mean, you have to call a guy. But then do the patchwork.
What if the stopper is not working? What if the door stopper was truly defective and didn't do its job? So is that shared negligence, or are we not negligent? I got to go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Have you ever had an Airbnb damage situation? If you are an Airbnb renter, or if you have been hit with damage charges, I got to hear from you. Help me out here. What do we do? Especially, I want to hear from people that actually are Airbnb renters, that you rent out. You're an owner and you rent your stuff out. What should we do here? Should Michelle send an email? Like a preventive, what's the word I'm looking
preventative?
For?
Preemptive.
Preemptive. Thank you. Preempt. That's the word. Thank you, Roxanne. All right, let's go to phones here. 800-990-1047. So if you're a Airbnb owner and you rent out, or if you have rented in the past and some damage occurred, what happens? I mean, are the damage fees, are they reasonable, or do you get really just totally smacked over the head?
So this was your dad who did this, but it was not his fault because the thing wasn't there.
Well, it was there, but it was not in good condition. So that's what neither my mom or dad, I don't think it was there. I think they pushed the doorknob through the drywall.
Well, they might not have known.
I mean, it was punched completely through.
All right.
All right, so let's go to phones. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Somebody give me a hand here. Let me grab Jody in St. Pete Beach. Jody, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. So you heard the story. What do you think?
Usually I clean VRBOs. I manage them in Airbnb.
Yep.
Usually the maid would notice that there was damage and report it.
All right, so what are your thoughts on my parents potentially putting the doorknob through the entire wall, but it turns out that the door stop was not effective because that had a problem?
Well, they should have told you when they checked in the minute you checked in, so you could have sent the owner a message.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they're like, so 8 minutes before we check out. Oh yeah, we noticed that when we first got here. It's like, why didn't you tell me then? Oh,
I mean, you could still send him a note and tell him it was faulty. But, I mean, yeah, you should have taken a picture of it when you first got there and sent it to him.
Don't yell at me, Todd.
All right, thank you, Jody. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
All right, hang on a minute. Kim's in Tampa. Hi, Kim. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Kim.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
Yes, I did. I met one.
Hey, Kim, hold on one second. Let me put you on hold. Let me put some of the other lines. I missed that one. No, because all the lines are ringing and Andrew can't get to them all. All right, so, folks, if you're trying to call in, 800-990-1047. I think Andrew might be caught up with screening. All right, Kim in Tampa, go ahead.
Yes, I was a renter, and, of course, they send you the pictures of how great this place is, and I could tell you that nothing was working. The pool wasn't working. There was roaches all over the place. There was holes in the wall, and just not a safe neighborhood, just nothing that they had displayed, and we were just not very happy. And when I let them know about everything at the end, they told us that they should have told them in the beginning. And I basically told them that, you were misleading as well. So
what was the final disposition? Did Airbnb or whatever, did they take your side or the owner's side?
They actually offered us a $50 credit if we want to go to someplace else and have it done, go to rent someplace else.
Gotcha.
And they gave us a $50 credit.
Okay.
But no, they did not charge us. But no, I did take pictures.
Gotcha. Kim, thank you very much. All right, Mason is online, too. Mason's in Tampa and owns Airbnb properties. Mason, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What do you think about my parents?
Hey, MJ, good morning to you guys. Big fan of you guys for a long time.
Thank you.
So I own a Airbnb in Seminole, Florida. We're about 10 minutes from Indian Rock Beach. My wife and I went live with the property back in January. We've been pretty successful and blessed and fortunate to have really great tenants up to date. However, we had the guest from hell about 3 weeks ago that absolutely destroyed our place, and I mean destroyed it. I mean, there were rolled up bills everywhere, residue from drugs. I mean, they took down all 5 fire alarms, put them in a drawer so they could smoke in the house.
They took down all the smoke alarms?
Yeah, and I have a camera that can see who comes in and out. Obviously, no cameras in the house. That'd be a violation of privacy, but the camera was turned off, so I couldn't see what was going on. The application they filled out...
Hold on, they turned your camera off so you couldn't see how many people were coming into your makeshift drug den?
Correct. So there was
they spray paint the lens?
So my wife, and so by the way, checkout time is 11 o'clock a.m. because we have new guests arriving at 4 p.m.
Oh,
we need
my
that time
God.
to clean up. So my wife is, she owns a cleaning business, so we do our own cleaning. However, I did hire a property management company to manage the property for me, and they do a fantastic job of screening and, marketing, all that good stuff. And apparently this one kind of slipped through the cracks, but so the application had indicated it was a married couple. It ended up being 10 guys from New York that just was basically there to party, which is fine. I don't care about the partying, but they destroyed my house. My wife gets to the property. It's 1 o'clock. It's 12:30. They haven't left yet. She didn't indicate that she was the owner because she's a woman by herself, 10 guys. She's like, hey, can I please get you guys to go? I have to clean for the next guest. And they walked out of the door. They threw a bunch of cash at her. They said, don't tell the owners. And at that point, she was just like, oh, my God, I'm so afraid to go in the house. So she gets in the house. She calls me. She's hysterical. She's crying. She's got the calling me through video phone, showing me the house, what they did to it. I mean, there was fecal matter on the floor. They were, from the drugs, their nose were bleeding, but they were blowing their nose on the wall, on the floor, spitting on the floor. I mean, turned the cameras off, took the smoke detector.
All right, so what happened? What resolution was it? What charges did they get hit with? What was the damage total?
Yeah, so it was probably about close to $500 worth of damage between all the towels and a broken closet door and a couple other little things. But luckily, my rental property company has insurance, so they reimbursed us.
Right.
And now, so what we started doing moving forward is collecting a security deposit. So if this thing happens again, at least we have something.
All right, so what are your thoughts on my parents saying, oh, no, the hole was in the wall when we got there, but then they don't tell me until 8 minutes until checkout? What are your thoughts? And what about the fact that the little door stopper was defective and didn't stop the door? It was all bent out of shape. It was a spring type. What are your thoughts about that?
So what we do to protect yourself as the owner is when the cleaner cleans, you got to take photos with what's up. So time stamped, and you take the photos of the house and everything to show that it was clean. There's no damages. There's no holes. This way, if they damage anything, you have proof. And documented proof that it wasn't there before they got there, and they can be held accountable and reliable to pay.
All right, so what should we do? Should my wife send an email to the Airbnb owner and saying...
I would.
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
And then what about the fact that the little springy door stopper was not working properly, that it was clearly kind of bent out of shape quite some time ago?
Yeah, so...
Should that be our responsibility that my parents pushed? Is that our responsibility? My parents pushed the doorknob through the wall if the stopper wasn't working?
Yeah, I would definitely submit a letter and kind of explain the situation and ask for, to get reimbursed or, figure out a way to rectify it. I mean, that's just not fair to you guys, obviously. So, yeah, I would definitely do that. That'd be the first step.
Well, we haven't been hit with anything yet, so we have not been contacted saying, by the way, you damaged her. Well, listen, Michelle takes all the sheets. Michelle leaves the Airbnb spotless, and then, so we ought to just send a letter saying, hey, my parents say it was there. We don't know. So you think just lay it out honestly?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's going to be a tough one because, I don't know how if they protected the property by doing the photograph, making sure there were no damages prior to her arrival.
Okay.
So what I would do is just write a nice letter saying, look, I'm a frequent Airbnb user. I always keep the place clean and neat. When I leave, I do everything I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
However, when I got there, I noticed there was a hole in the wall. I did not do this. I wanted to be frank with you. I don't want to be charged or be held responsible for this. I did not do this. And that's about all you can do at this point, to be honest with you, because there's just really no proof that that it wasn't there. It's just going to be your word against hers, right?
Yeah, I got you. Mason, thank you so much for the call, and thanks for listening, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bud.
Have a great day. Yeah, Rox.
Got a couple smart-ass responses. Are these the same parents that thought they really trained a real bear to do the stunts in Cocaine Bear?
Yes. Yes. So my funny story, we told it on the air. My parents are 80, and they went to see Cocaine Bear. And Chloe had just seen Cocaine Bear at the St. Andrews at the theater on the in St. Andrews, Scotland. And my mother was having a conversation with Chloe, and my mother said, "How did they train the bear to snort all the cocaine and everything?" And Chloe had to explain it was computer generated imagery or CGI.
Chloe explained it wasn't real cocaine. It was asprin or something.
It's not even that. It's
I'm kidding.
The bear is completely fake. It's a computer generated bear. Hang on. Look, the phones have blown up on this. Yeah.
More information.
Yeah.
If you want a legit answer,
yes.
Let the host know early and explain how and why it happened. If there's no doorstop, it's bound to happen. Go from there. The review. This is something that hasn't been brought up.
Right.
The reviews are so important for both host and guest. So you have to act as soon as you can, and it's all how it's communicated.
Contact him today. Tell him my parents are 80. I don't know if it was here before or not, but this is the situation.
All right. Jacqueline in Tampa. Hey, Jacqueline.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I'm a super host on Airbnb, and I always...
Hold on. You're not just a host. You're a super host. All right, go ahead.
And I'm very proud to have earned that because, trust me, we have some weirdos that come through. It's not easy to obtain good reviews consecutively, and Airbnb reviews you as a superhost every 4 months. And I tend to err on the side of the guest. So if there is an extreme situation, you can request the guest reimburse you. However, Airbnb requires receipts, etc. It's not just like a host can just say, you owe me this much for this damage. You have to submit receipts, and it has to be legit.
All right, so we should send an email right away. Michelle's listening, so we should send an email right away and just explain this. Because Michelle just texted me, and Michelle said, my parents also broke the doorstop. I don't know. I think that might be a guess. I don't know how they could have done that.
When did you check out?
Yesterday morning, 11 a.m.
Well, as for me, I would have already contacted the guest if I was going to try to get money back.
Yeah, I'll call Michelle during the break. So, all right. Hey, listen, thank you very much, Jacqueline Superhost. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'll let you know what the resolution is, but I think I agree. We need to get ahead of this thing, send an email, kind of explain what's going on. My parents said it was there. We don't know. They're decrepit. They're 80. But kind of ticked me off if they knew it, if they did do it, and then it was there, Todd. It was there. You know, that kind of crap.
They did it and they didn't know. So the only thing they said is they must have been
maybe
there.
they broke it.
So you want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
Did you see that plane that crashed in Virginia after causing the security alert in the D.C. area, causing all the sonic booms when they scrambled F-16s from Joint Base Andrews? Did you see that?
I saw the sonic boom.
Well, you don't know the whole story? Dude, what do you pay attention to? Like, obviously nothing.
I'm busy all weekend. I saw the
whatever.
sonic boom headline.
So Michelle's parents were with us. By the way, Michelle's parents did not damage the Airbnb. They did not push the doorknob through the freaking wall. How much is that? Is that like it's like a $250 charge?
It's going to be a couple of bucks.
Jeez.
You got to call the guys, got to do the spack holes, guys. Then the paint's got to match. It's a deal.
We don't know. I just don't know. All right. But also, they're at the age where they're oblivious. My dad would he'll pull into a parking space at like Costco or something, and my dad will take the whole side off a car and say, I think I just might have put a little nick on it and just,
It was like that already.
I think that was already there.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal. My in-laws. So Michelle's parents, they were also up at the graduation. That plane that caused the security alert and the sonic booms with the scrambling jets, that plane crashed 9.2 miles from their house in Virginia in the mountains.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Whoa. All right, so if you don't know the story, this is a crazy, and I got some of the sonic booms because folks in D.C. were freaking out because you got all the Ring doorbells out there that captured the sonic boom. You have, people that were just recording video and, they're just doing their normal business and they captured the sonic boom. So apparently this is a crazy story, and the plane was registered to Encore Motors of Melbourne. And it's a car dealership, Encore Motors. I don't know if they're like Encore down in Sarasota. I don't know if it's the same company. But the plane, it was a twin-jet private aircraft, a Cessna Citation 560, holds 10 or 12 people. And this is what's bizarre. The plane left Tennessee, heading toward Long Island, New York, because the occupants apparently were headed to the Hamptons. It turns out that on the aircraft were not the father and the mother, the owners of the aircraft and the owners of this Encore Motors over here in Melbourne, Florida. It was their daughter and their 2-year-old granddaughter on the plane with a nanny and the pilot.
Oh.
And they were flying up to, I guess they have a Hamptons home. They were flying up there. But what's bizarre is the aircraft left Tennessee, flying to Long Island. It almost was at the destination in Long Island when it made a U-turn and then headed back south and then over restricted airspace in D.C. And then there was no response. So the belief is that there was a hypoxia situation, that there was a leak in the airplane, that they lost pressurization. And just like, remember Payne Stewart, the golfer?
Yeah, that's what I think about when I hear that. Yeah.
And that plane lost cabin pressure, and everyone just dozed off because of lack of oxygen or hypoxia. So they think that's what happened, because when the F-16 jets scrambled out of Joint Base Andrews, where, by the way, Biden was playing golf yesterday right there at the golf course at Joint Base Andrews, and they scrambled 2 F-16s, and they were authorized to go supersonic because they needed to get to this jet quickly or get to the Citation jet. What's going on? So they caused the sonic booms over Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C., and people were freaking out with the huge explosion. Well, what was that? Well, it was a pair of F-16s, going supersonic that caused it. So when they got to the aircraft at just, doing over Mach 1, they saw that the pilot was slumped over the controls. Ooh. So that seems to indicate, no one tried.
That happened with Payne Stewart exactly, right? Did they go up and see them like just snoozing?
Exactly.
Or the plane crashed in like Minnesota or something. It ran out of gas.
Going.
The plane crashed into like a field.
Oh, that's horrible.
And that was so it seems it's still early, but it seems like this could be a hypoxia situation. ABC News reported, about 6 o'clock last night that the F-16 pilot saw the Citation pilot passed out. The jets, which were deployed from Joint Base Andrews, saw the pilot of the aircraft that passed out. The plane subsequently crashed. The plane crashes 9.2 miles away from Michelle's mother's house in Rockbridge County, Virginia. And they're in a little small town in Rockbridge, right off the interstate. And the plane crashed into a mountain in Montebello, Virginia, which is Nelson County. And it literally is 9.2 miles from where Michelle's mother, lives, where this plane. And they were up in Connecticut, and they drove back. They were driving back from Connecticut back to Virginia when this happened yesterday.
Wow.
Oof.
I mean, this is just nuts. So hypoxia is the most likely cause, and just a bizarre story. But why'd the plane get almost to Long Island and then made a U-turn?
Maybe he leaned on the the stick and turned around and he fell the other way. I don't know.
Maybe it's just odd.
MJ, is there a device that can tell you if there's low oxygen particles in the room? I mean, there's like a carbon monoxide detector that I have at the house. Tell me if that changes.
I mean, that's a good question. Are there indicators to say that you're losing oxygen in the cabin at 38,000 feet? No, it's a very good question.
Yeah, I mean, if they do, what can you do? I mean, do they?
Well, it warns you before like pass out stage. There's got to be like a warning stage of beep, beep, beep. Hey, I feel a little woozy. I'm not quite asleep yet.
And then what you can do is you can put the plane in a steep dive. You know, a lot of the planes have emergency oxygen. That's number one. So there should be emergency oxygen on the airplane, but it's almost like they didn't have time to don the oxygen masks. But also, if you're having a major problem, you get everyone on oxygen and you put the plane into a dive and you get down to 20,000 feet. You get down to 20,000, 16,000, 18,000 feet. Get to a breathable atmosphere where you can actually
roll down the window.
No, you don't roll down the window.
Okay, I was kidding.
But you'd be able to breathe. So before I move on, these are the sonic booms that were heard around D.C. Listen to this. I mean, do you hear that? I mean, that's a hell of a sonic boom. And then you had people, a husband and wife, were getting ready to record a song in their living room. They got the guitars out. Listen to this.
Here we go.
Did you?
All right, take two.
Did you hear that? It shook. And then, they get panicked. They get up and start running. Like, what? What
was that? Yeah.
That sounded like it shook the whole damn house.
That song sounded like it was going good so far.
Right. It almost sounded like Piano Man starting out a little bit.
That was the take. It's like some John Denver song.
It was like a Bob Dylan song.
Yeah, Bob Dylan song.
Here's another one. This is from Northern Virginia. You hear that?
That was weak.
Yeah, I like the first one better.
All right, here's another one. Is that the last one? Oh, we only have three. But is that crazy?
That's nuts.
And then the plane crashes in the mountains of Virginia, 9.2 miles from Michelle's mom's house?
You know, the greatest intern of all time, Lamosa, was posting yesterday, what the hell was that explosion?
She lives up in D.C.
She's like, does anybody know? I'm like, no.
I know. Big accident.
What are you mumbling over there?
Nothing. Lois, like, does anybody know? Yeah, we all know now, Lamosa.
No, this is when it happened, though. Like, you should.
Dude, is Facebook what you go to?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the sonic boom that people were. Yeah, because the crash was hundreds of miles away. But here's the other deal. This Cessna, only one pilot. So this plane, I guess, can fly. You can get special certification to fly this jet with one pilot. You know what? I want two pilots. If I had enough money for a private jet, I'm gonna have two pilots, not just one. Not just one pilot. All right.
Backup's always nice.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a little backup just in case. But not that that the other pilot wouldn't become incapacitated. But still, I'd like the opportunity to have another guy that can fly the plane, or another woman that can fly the plane.
Anybody.
So again, I'm sure there's more that's going to be coming out in this story, but just crazy, bizarre story. Hey, is Pat available? Can you grab Pat?
Pat.
See if we can get Pat here quickly. Pat, our traffic guy, was in an Uber over the weekend and has a great story to tell. So I'm going to try to, before we take our break, I'm going to try and see if we can get Pat just to run down the hall quickly. Fester, can you get Mike 4 in position for Pat, if you could? All right. Oh, also, Roxanne, I sent you, can you stop smacking the mic into everything? Just watch what you're doing. All right, so Roxanne, I just sent you a text a little while ago.
Yeah.
Dr. Did you see your text?
Yeah, he and I have been texting back and forth.
Is there any way that you can go see a retinal specialist this afternoon in South Tampa?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Why would you have to see a rectal specialist?
No.
It's a very thorough checkout.
That's how they check. They go from down up.
It's retinal, not rectal, Froggy.
I was going to say. What's going on?
Hey, Pat, our traffic guy, is joining us. So, Pat, you were telling me part of the story here. You're in an Uber when?
I was in an Uber Saturday afternoon.
Okay. And?
I get in there, and there's it's a Latin driver, and he's probably in his 40s.
Right.
And
so Latino male.
A Latino male. And
Okay.
And I hear him, he's playing what I think is Sirius Radio, which turned out it was.
Right.
And I always, no matter where I go, I always try to ask them what they listen to.
Get that satellite off. Listen to local terrestrial radio. Come on, guys.
So I said, So what is that? And he goes, well, it's a Latin station. I listened to it, and I said, Okay, and when you're not listening to that, what do you listen to? And he goes, well, I listen to this Latin DJ. And I go, okay, well, do you ever listen to regular radio?
Oh, so he listens to a Latin DJ on Sirius.
On Sirius,
All
right.
So then you ask him,
do you ever listen to regular radio?
Right.
And he goes, only on the mornings. And I said, really? So what do you listen to? And he goes, I listen to MJ.
Oh, man. Look at that.
Wow. So you remember the driver's name, first name?
I do not.
Yeah, why can't he get one of
it's
those
on my
things?
phone. I can find. But anyway, so I go, well, you're going to freak out when I tell you who I am. And I just go, keeping you updated, I'm Pat George. And he hits his brake and he looks back at me. Now he's been looking in the mirror and he turns around and he goes, oh my gosh. You're a celebrity. Yeah, right. I go, look, I only do traffic. I go, listen, have you ever seen any of these guys? He goes, no, I've never seen. You're the first one. I go, have you ever seen Roxanne?
Patrick.
All right.
And he goes,
be careful, you're getting close to
I show him the picture
You're getting
of
close
Roxanne.
to HR territory
No.
here.
Oh, my God.
All right.
I said, she is such a big part of the show there. He goes, I love all of those guys.
That is great. So
Nice. That's
he
so
listens
nice.
to satellite radio except for the MJ Morning Show.
MJ Morning Show is the only
Oh,
time.
look at
So I'm
that.
sure he's out there listening right now.
Yeah. Do you remember his first name?
I do not, but
Okay. Anyway,
call
Latino male Uber guy
Pat's driver.
who drove Pat, who listens to the MJ Morning Show. Buddy, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for making us your number one terrestrial radio, or only terrestrial radio choice, apparently.
Very nice.
The MJ Morning Show. Thanks, Pat. Good story.
That's a terrible
Pat,
story.
Look at you getting
That's a
recognized.
terrible-
You
what do
signed
you
something
mean?
for him?
What do you mean it's a terrible story?
I mean, Pat
the guy
George-
doesn't listen to...
Okay, that part's the great part. The terrible part is Pat George is like, oh, you're going to be really excited when you find out who I am. Keeping you updated. I'm Pat George.
Well, he was.
And then he slammed on the brakes.
All right, I love you, Pat.
I love it.
All right. Let me take a quick break. This wraps up an hour and 20 minutes nonstop. MJ.
Ooh, Pat George coming up next.
we'll have Pat with traffic coming up in just a bit. All right. We've just scratched. wife does not like that song. I don't know why. I love Two Princes. I like Spin Doctors. And I don't know what the hell the deal is. Like, when we're driving, we're in a rental car, and Michelle controls the radio. And if I say, oh, man, I love that song, leave it, she'll say, nope, don't like it, boom, changes it. Come on.
Get some control of that woman.
Come on. Let me hear my song. Let me hear a song I like. All right, welcome back. MJ Morning Show at Q105. 8:57 on the MJ Morning Show. So I just got to lighten around a lot of stuff. There is something we teased earlier, which I want to get to quickly before I forget. And it's like, dude, Fester, we talked about this on the show.
I know this. It's not me that's involved. And then there was a big altercation afterwards.
All right.
What happened?
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Ugh.
Bed Bath & Beyond is going out of business. So they're liquidating all the stores, blah, blah, blah.
Shame.
And then Fester writes me this paragraph last night about Fester's wife's issue, Allison.
Right.
At Bed Bath & Beyond, it's Bed Bath & Bankrupt over the weekend.
Right.
All right. So I tell the story exactly what you laid out for me.
Okay. Even though we talked about it, we don't go to Bed Bath & Beyond, terribly often. Allison found in one of her old purses a store credit to Bed Bath & Beyond. So she goes there to use it. She picked a couple of, whatever.
Too late. We talked about this a month ago. When they just, maybe even more. When they went into liquidation mode and they announced that they were closing down, that they were selling everything. You had a couple of days to use coupons. You had
those big 20% off coupons,
right, there was
any store credit or gift cards that
gift cards. There was a window. We talked about this like 2 or 3. Roxanne, how many times did we mention this?
I feel like we've done at least 2 separate occasions.
Okay, so what to all of that?
Does your wife listen to the show?
No.
Why not?
Of course she does, but she doesn't listen every second of the show. So when we talked about it, she wasn't listening that moment. Of course, she listens every day. But she didn't know. She didn't tell me she was going to go there, where I would have said, oh, I heard previously on the MJ Morning Show that you can't use those anymore. She went there, picked out her items, went to the front register, and the woman brings her out, very polite, I guess, up until this point. My wife drops her store credit, and the lady says, oh, you can't use those any longer.
No, you can't use those any longer.
You had until like the first week of May.
Yeah, and if she listened to the MJ Morning Show, or if you told your wife, hey,
I didn't know.
by
I didn't
the
know
way,
she was going
well,
there.
well, you go home and you say, I said to Michelle, hey, do we have any Bed Bath & Beyond gift cards, gift certificates? I had this conversation a month and a half ago when the story first came out that they're shutting down, they're going out of business, and you've got X number of days to use your stuff.
The last time I went to Bed Bath & Beyond, Obama was still in his first term. I had no idea my wife would ever set foot in the store again. I didn't know this credit existed. It wasn't even on my mind for a potential topic of conversation.
Yeah, Bed Bath & Bonehead over here.
So she walks in, tries to use the store credit. Lady says, we're not going to take it. And then she proceeds to ring out everything else my wife picked.
Did your wife go ballistic and take her arm and just sweep everything off the counter and go nuts?
Where do they sell candles? What do they
sell like housewares?
Dude, Bed Bath & Beyond.
What am I thinking? I'm confusing it with another
Dude,
place.
Bed Bath & Beyond. You can get a bath mat. You can get some all-clad cookware.
But there's another place
you
like
can get
that.
get a blender. Get the shampoo.
Right. Small appliances. Towels, sheets, blankets.
What's the place with
you're
the
thinking of
candles?
Bath and Body Works?
Oh,
Yes.
my God. That place open?
Those are in the
BB.
malls.
Yeah, that's in the mall. That's still open.
So it's not BBB. They're just B&B. Bath and Body Works. Yeah.
So they're BBW.
So, there you go.
Which, anyway.
That's what Fester
yeah,
likes.
that's right up my alley.
Yeah.
So the nice lady there says, listen, we're not going to take this store credit. Starts ringing out everything else. Allison says, you know what? Stop. If you can't take my store credit.
That's why she's there, to use the store credit.
Right, and stop.
Did she know that they were going out of business?
Well, she asked. She goes, why not? She goes, well, we're in liquidation now. And so she's like, so you're not Bed Bath & Beyond anymore.
When your wife decided to go to Bed Bath & Beyond.
She knew they were closing.
She knew that they were closing.
Oh, because the signs are everywhere.
Right.
You
And
know.
then she said, I better use my gift card.
Right.
Or store, whatever she had.
They don't let her use it at all.
Well, yeah, because she missed it by a month.
Okay, there's no argument
Or
with
maybe
that.
more.
My wife didn't, knock over a set of swivel sweepers or something. She didn't get violent. She didn't knock over the whole display of Tervis cups they have. She says, you know what? If that's the case, thank you. I don't think I'm going to buy any of this stuff here. I'll just buy it off of Amazon.
Oops.
And that was a trigger.
Oh, my God. So your wife then triggered the cashier?
And the cashier, who went from being moderately polite, in her
denying the use of the gift card,
says, "You're the problem. It's people like you.
Oh,
That's
are you
why we're
kidding me?
closing down. Because people don't buy stuff from stores anymore. They just buy it from Amazon." Then Allison walks out like backwards, grabbing the kid's hand, like, that's right. I'm buying it from Amazon. And there's this whole tense situation where the Bed Bath & Beyond employee was kind of flipping out because Allison said, "Listen, keep this crap. I'll just buy the same crap off of Amazon. They'll deliver it to my house and I can return it easily." And it was a whole deal. So I'm just saying.
Wow, passive or actually aggressive.
Right?
Yeah.
If you go to,
I think your wife was about 2 clicks away from getting hit.
There might have been an altercation there, but she was backing
Bed Bath and Brawl.
Ooh, who would I sue? Would I sue the liquidator? I don't know. We're close.
Well, has it been turned over to a liquidator, or is Bed Bath & Beyond liquidating their own crap before they actually, hey, Froggy, what about all the shelving in there?
I know. I'm telling you, I took, if anybody in here, I took a hit.
How'd you take a hit?
Because we did a bunch of those stores.
Oh, you did?
We already sold them the merchandise.
Yes. Well, and I found out they resold their fixtures. Some other company bought them because I wanted to buy them back.
Pennies on the dollar?
For real.
Listen, I'll give you 3 cents for that $2 million worth of pallets.
When those places close down, they leave all that crap out there.
Yeah, so anyway,
it's a shame.
If you do go to the Bed Bath & Beyond during their liquidation sale, don't mention Amazon. Because
it was a woman, you said?
Well, my wife, she's a woman.
Listen, to be quite honest, and I've had this conversation on the show, I look for ways not to use Amazon.
Right.
I look for ways to buy things from small companies, either online, or I look to buy things locally at brick and mortar locations or mom and pop. When I can, I do. In fact, seriously, I've had this conversation on the show that I look for ways not to just easily go to my Amazon app and go, poop, up. It'll be
it's so great.
Same day Prime, or next day. I look for ways to purchase otherwise because I feel like we've gotten too lazy.
It's almost like we're cheating by it's just too easy.
I like to support Mr. Bezos. I know he has having trouble with money.
Yes.
So I like to help him.
You like to help him pay his yacht bill.
He's going through a rough patch right now.
Yes. So I like to contribute to his wallet.
Only problem he's having with money is where to keep it all.
He looks like a penis, doesn't he?
He looks like what?
He looks like a penis.
Oh,
I mean, he's hairless and bald. I was looking at a picture of him on the yacht. The girl looks like she's walking around with a wiener. Just a rich wiener.
An Amazinus?
Dude, the guy is
Amazinus.
A human penis.
Froggy,
stop it. You told me to stop saying wiener.
You did. So, MJ,
look at the guy's head.
If you took a picture of the male body part and you took it to an animator and you said, personify this, it would be Jeff Bezos.
Well,
look at that guy's head.
You need to see a picture of him shirtless because I think that more illustrates what Froggy's trying to say.
Well, if you've seen him shirtless,
looks like a lizard,
his
man.
chest is as bald as his head. So, but a lot of times, guys that are bald on top, they got jungle underbrush going on, on their chest. So I wonder if Jeff Bezos is hairless on the chest as well. So did he have laser hair removal for his chest hair?
Dude, if that guy was naked and you put a purple beanie on him,
it'd be it. It'd be it. Or a scarf. It'd be a scarf.
It'd be a
scarf, Frog. It'd be a scarf.
A scarf. Okay, well, whatever.
So listen, I would like to apologize to Mr. Bezos because he will just buy this whole company just to fire us.
All of us.
Hey, I'll buy BZ Media, change it to Bezos Media, and MJ Morning Show, you're fired. He'll give it right back to the Beasleys. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Maybe I should buy this place.
I'm in.
You probably could.
I can.
You could.
What if us four just bought it? Let's do it.
Yeah. I'd be
1, 2, 3, team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I got $5,000 for the kitty.
Hey, if you're going to shoplift, what is the worst frickin' thing that can happen?
So many things.
If
Get
you're
busted.
shoplifting, what is one of the worst things that can happen?
I'm recusing because I know the answer.
Yeah,
to
you know
this.
the story. Well, go ahead and tell everyone what it is.
The worst thing that would happen is if you left your children in the car while you were shoplifting and you say, oh, Roxanne left him in the car and then got cited for leaving kids in a car. No. Left him in the car and then your car caught on fire.
Yeah. So mom's inside shoplifting, kids left in the car in the parking lot, and the car catches on fire with the kids inside.
Are the kids okay?
Yeah.
How did the car catch on fire?
The kids are smoking.
I just don't understand. You remember back in the day when we were doing the show and there was a car on fire in the parking lot?
They were freebasing like Richard Pryor.
Yeah, maybe.
I just don't understand how cars catch on fire.
Well, there's
I guess
things.
is my
There's
question.
gas and there's heat. And,
Oh, they have gas?
Yeah,
in it? Oh, okay.
yeah, fumes, combustible things.
I just don't get it.
Woman here in Florida arrested. Car caught on fire. This happened over in Oviedo. Alicia Moore, 24, parked in the Dillard's parking lot, left 2 kids in the car, according to the arrest report from the Oviedo Police Department. She went inside the store. The store detectives, you know, the loss prevention folks,
Yeah,
watched her and her unknown man shoplift items for about an hour. Moore was leaving the store when she saw her car engulfed in flames, dropped the stolen merchandise, ran out of the store. You talk about karma. You know, you're ripping a place off. Karma, car fire, ma. So, I mean, you're stealing a place blind for an hour. You walk outside and your car's ablaze. So then shoppers witnessed the fire, helped rescue the kids from the car. So the kids, 2 children, were then taken to the Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital, where they were treated with iced tea and lemonade.
Okay.
Yum.
You got to rehydrate those kids after they're by a fire.
I'm sorry. So they were taken to the Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital.
Totally didn't get the joke.
What?
Oh
my God, me either.
Oh my God!
Are you guys serious?
I thought the kids were just dehydrated. They gave them iced tea and lemonade.
Dude,
that's pretty funny.
What the hell? You guys didn't get the joke. They
apologies.
hooked him up to an IV with iced tea and lemonade.
I thought it was a fact.
At Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital.
You said it so straight.
That was good.
If you would have said it like,
Come
what'd
on.
they give him? Iced tea, lemonade? And then that would have been a joke. But you said it so
Guys,
straight.
come
like,
on, really?
It was believable enough. I thought the kids were dehydrated.
So
Poor kids.
one child suffered first-degree burns to her face and ears.
no.
All right, first-degree burns, not bad. But still. So shoplifting, child endangerment, my God.
Did she shoplift some Neosporin or something for the burn?
This is Dillard's. I don't think they
Okay,
sell
I don't know.
Neosporin at Dillard's. So Moore was interviewed and requested an attorney. Yeah, you might want to get an attorney. She was arrested by Orlando police, next to Oviedo, for outstanding warrants in other counties. Unrelated to this incident, while she was in custody at the Orange County Jail, she was charged with aggravated child neglect and arson. It was undetermined what ignited the fire. However, if Moore was not being neglectful, it is unlikely the child would have been injured. Also faced 4 additional charges of petty theft, battery, and assault from previous incidents, and is being held on a $48,000 bond. Jeez. Yeah, Moore was arraigned Friday, pleaded not guilty to both charges. Wow. I mean, you talk about you're shoplifting for an hour, you walk out and your kids are in a burning car. I mean, thank God there were good Samaritans that helped the kids out.
Yeah, no kidding. And, she comes out with all these things stuffed in her shirt and all these things smuggled out. And there's all these like ambulances and fire trucks.
I just follow this new YouTube page that I just found. And
of course you do.
It's about petty theft. Yeah, getting busted. And there was this one kid who robbed the Dollar General. Yeah. And he had a bunch of stuff in a backpack, and he got busted by the cops. And the cops make him give it all back. And he goes, all right, I'm going to let you go. And he rode his bicycle up there. He goes outside to go to his bicycle. Somebody stole his bicycle. And he's like, man, what's going on? The cop's like, that's the way the world works sometimes.
Speaking of Dollar General, right?
Yes.
And the bike, the story we did like a month ago where the manager of like the Dollar General hunted the shoplifter down.
Oh yeah, I love that video.
And hit him.
And ran the guy over in a driveway in a residential neighborhood. that manager got fired for running over the shoplifting customer. Yeah, the manager got fired.
If anything, she's the savior of the store.
If I was the CEO, I'd give her like employee of the month.
Of the year.
Yeah, seriously. I would name an award after her.
I like managers that run over shoplifters.
She got the stuff back. She didn't hurt the guy. She sideswiped him.
Yeah, he was like knocked off the bank. He was like, oh, man, what you...
And then he called her a B word.
Yeah, hold on. Hey, do we have the audio of that? Can you give me a thumbs up when you have it? Let's play it from inside there. So...
The audio's great.
I had a piece of hair in my mouth. Hang on.
Yeah. Larry David.
Oh, my God. Look at what is that hair from?
It's yours. It's a short gray one. It's yours.
I think that might be nostril hair that ended up in my mouth.
It's a little long for
Yeah,
nostril.
you might be right. So,
or another kind of hair.
This is crazy. I meant to get to this last week, but listen, I can't get to everything. But since we're talking about this, do you have the audio? All right, this is the incident of the manager hunting down the shoplifter who was on a bike with all kinds of stuff that he'd ripped off from Dollar General. Roll the audio.
Yeah? Well, who the f*** you think you are stealing from my store, bitch?
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, quit stealing shit. That's the same. That's the same crime. What the f***? That's the second crime.
Stupid ass bitch.
You can't afford flowers, dumbass?
Your ass bitch.
You.
You don't live a life I live, bitch.
Oh, you see me living in my
You
car?
motherfucking
You know I live in my car? You fucking working hard. You fucking stealing for the store?
Shut up, bitch. You think that serious, though?
That's not serious.
You gonna fix my bitch?
Fix your buy your own
Dumbass bitch.
You messed up this person's house.
You did that.
You can't afford fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Like that serious, nigga?
Stealing for the store.
Who cares?
Anyway, this thing just goes on. I mean, I think the only thing he knows is the only word he has is what, bitch?
Well, he
right?
uses the bitch like a period.
Oh, exactly.
End of every
like
sentence.
his punctuation, commas, periods.
Oh, that's his period.
Exclamation point.
Every sentence ends
But
with a bitch.
it's like he's taking dictation and like
yeah,
bitch is like the
bitch.
punctuation.
You hear the beginning, and it was captured by a Ring doorbell. Andrew, roll back to the very beginning, and you can hear the crashing of stuff. And this is the guy's bike getting knocked over and all the stuff falling on the driveway of the house where he was driving. She pulls in and rams him off his bicycle. Hit it again, beginning.
Okay, all right.
It's all this
That's
stuff
great.
just crashing down on the ground.
Man, how do you fire her for that?
She shouldn't have gotten fired.
Not cool.
Anyway, what's going on at Sonic? We've had again. There's just a rash of these fast food stories with issues here. This is man. I tell you what, this is a problem. This is not going to get you employee of the month status. No. This is not going to get you a raise. An employee at a Sonic drive-in, and I'm looking at this guy. This guy's like a 50-year-old dude.
How does he ride the skates?
Listen to this. Sonic drive-in restaurant, New Mexico. Dude was arrested, lost his little baggie of cocaine, and it ended up in somebody's hot dog. What? At Sonic. Jeffrey David Salazar, 54, faces a felony charge for possession of a controlled substance. According to the Espanola Police Department in New Mexico, police said illegal narcotics were discovered in a customer's recent Coney. Purchased a hot dog at Sonic.
Conies are so good with the chili on
The
them.
substance was inadvertently placed in the food as Salazar was preparing the order. A field test confirmed the substance discovered in the food was cocaine. According to the police incident report, the woman called the cops on Tuesday, last week, after she bit into her food, only to discover she had bitten into a little plastic baggie.
Oh.
According to the Rio Grande Sun, she doesn't believe that any of the powdered white substance got into her mouth. But she bites into her Sonic Coney hot dog, and she's biting into a plastic bag filled with Coke that fell into her hot dog.
She doesn't believe any got into her mouth, but she hasn't slept in 3 days.
No, she didn't get anything.
Okay, all right.
The affidavit for the arrest warrant says that Salazar was observed on video conducting what appeared to be a hand-to-hand transaction with a female employee, and then makes her food before appearing to frantically search the area as if he lost something. Yeah, he realized he lost, oh my God, where's my bag of Coke? Meanwhile, it fell in this lady's freaking hot dog at Sonic. Wow. Yeah, Salazar admitted that he purchased the cocaine from somebody in the restaurant's parking lot. Isn't that lovely?
I would have thought it was fentanyl. I would have freaked out.
Man, that could have been dangerous. I mean, she could have gotten a mouthful of cocaine. Absolutely.
You know how busy Sonic would be if they served, Coke-dipped hot dogs?
Hey, is there any update on the guy that jumped into the alligator enclosure at Busch Gardens?
So he's a YouTuber, right?
Oh, is that what it is about?
See, this is what you talked about last week, MJ. Kids doing these pranks for views. It's
Yeah.
going bad.
Jeez, man.
Jumping into an alligator pit?
So we weren't here on Friday because I had to go up to Connecticut for Julian's graduation. So we would have talked about this on Friday's show, but we weren't here. So the latest is now you think he was a YouTuber trying to get shoot video for clicks?
Yeah, that was the story.
This is a stunt video. I have video here.
Gary,
Well, he's going all crikey in the alligator enclosure.
Yeah, and referring to himself as a Karen.
Hold on, roll, go back to the beginning. Back to the beginning.
All right, hold on.
This is
Very
disgraceful
beginning.
to Steve Irwin.
Hit play.
Play.
Go.
I had to play in the corner.
All right, get back out. Another wild Karen, He's very
He's saying, "I'm not the wild Karen." Oh, crikey!
He's pointing back to the people, insulting the people on the other side. He's doing this totally for some YouTube channel, or he has buddies filming him. I don't see any gators next to him.
Yeah, this happened last Wednesday at Busch Gardens here in Tampa Bay, and this guy's obviously a total turd.
You gotta get back out. Another wild Karen, He's very You gotta get back out. Another wild Karen.
Why is this repeating over and over again?
It's only a 3-second clip.
Oh, it's only a 3-second clip.
I wish he got his arm ripped off instead of the guy behind the bar.
Right?
So this video, it shows him, and I don't see him standing on top of alligators' heads. But usually when I go to this exhibit and you look over that fence where he is, it's just like solid alligators piled one on top next to each other.
Right.
Right?
And then Roxanne said earlier that you think that they drug the alligators at Busch Gardens.
I don't want to make those kinds of
You think they're
accusations. I
sedated?
don't really think that.
I want to be sedated?
But I look at the alligators and go, boy, they're pretty chill. You know, they just look completely.
They're just fat and happy.
Right,
they're getting fed all day.
Fed.
They're getting big chicken carcasses probably all day long.
They're not competing for their food in the wild.
And
that's
any Temple Terrace stray cats.
I don't know anything.
So, do we know this guy's name? Has that been revealed yet? And he's a
No, we shouldn't say it, actually.
He's a YouTuber?
That's what he wants.
Yeah, you're right.
Froggy probably follows this guy already.
I'm probably his biggest fan.
Busch Gardens said, "We will not tolerate this blatant disregard for our safety rules, and we're working with law enforcement on this matter. The safety and well-being of our guests, ambassadors, and animals remains top priority." Listen, go get them, Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
I fully support. Busch Gardens ought to get an arrest warrant sworn out on this. They ought to get a trespass warrant. They ought to trespass this guy, and he ought to be banned for life from Busch Gardens. Yeah, no shikra for you. No iron gwazi for you, pal. Yeah, I stand with Busch Gardens. Yeah. We stand with Busch Gardens on the MJ Morning Show.
You think you're going to the Food and Wine Festival? No.
And Roxanne wants to know if your alligators are drugged.
So, MJ, the alligators at this enclosure, they are very
docile.
Calm, docile. They look a little overweight. I'm not a vet, but they look a little heavy.
You know, I have a recurring dream that I'm in that alligator pit and I'm having to jump from place to place to get away from them.
Is Joe Exotic in the dream?
No.
Hey, Fester.
Yes.
What is that artificial sweetener you drink like it's going out of style?
I am a Splenda guy. That's yellow stuff, the yellow packet.
Well, you got a problem.
I have a lot of problems.
All right, folks, there is a big Fester Splenda problem. Hang on a minute. I'm going to explain. Folks, if you like Splenda, if you want to hear what's going on with Fester and Splenda, well, I'll tell you next.
What's going on with Fester? There's nothing but a love affair is going on with me and Splenda.
All right, it's our final chunk. Well, hang on, wait to hear this. Hang on, final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next. I also have Duran Duran tickets to give away. So Duran Duran is at Amalie Arena June 17th. So in the next few minutes, we'll give away Duran Duran tickets, folks. And the final chunk with a lot of stuff is next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. We go 9:28 at the MJ Morning Show, final chunk of the program. I've got Duran Duran tickets to give away. Duran Amalie Arena on June 17th. You know what? Let's give those tickets away right now. And let me tell you right now, Duran Live is strong. You got a lot of these bands. You got a lot of these 80s bands or 90s bands. And some of these bands have lost it. I'm telling you right now, Duran, they sound phenomenal. They still have it. They still have the sound. They still kick some butt. It's going to be a great show. Duran, let's go with caller 50 right now. Caller 50, 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047. If you're caller 50, you'll grab Duran tickets right now. Amalie, June 17th, coming up in about 12 days. And if you're caller 50, I got a pair for you right now. Good luck from the MJ Morning Show. All right, Fester. I have never been an artificial sweetener person. Listen, I'm not claiming that I'm some kind of expert or soothsayer or I'm smarter than anyone else. I'm just saying that I just always thought that, you know what, artificial sweeteners and chemicals and processes that are not, I just never liked it. And when you look at sugar, you look at, a teaspoon of sugar is like 15 calories? That's not a lot.
All right. But it helps the medicine go down. Mm-hmm. You get it?
It's a spoonful, but yeah, it's really funny.
Oh,
good times.
Mary Poppins joke, anybody?
Makes the medicine go down.
In the most delightful
way.
Yeah, both of you guys, you should really do
You don't like by Dick Van Dyke?
Was that Julie Andrews in that?
Yes, of course it was.
Yeah.
All right, so I've always been a sweetener guy.
I don't think I've ever seen Mary Poppins.
You never saw the original Mary Poppins?
I don't think so. You know what? Probably as a kid.
It's the first time cartoon animation was morphed with movies ever in the history of movies.
I just remember seeing Willy Wonka, man. That that thing. I've seen that a billion times.
Oh, the boat scene, the acid scene. I love that.
Mm-hmm. So I don't use.
Sure you do.
See, the problem with me is you're right. A tablespoon of sugar is fine, but I don't use a tablespoon. I use
packets.
I use hundreds of packets.
And your sweetener of choice is?
Primarily, it's Splenda.
The stuff you grab by the handful when you go into Wawa and buy a cup of coffee and you walk out with the entire bin is usually Splenda?
I legit cleaned out a Thornton's.
A Hortons?
Thornton's.
Thornton's.
I can't even say that.
Do we have any Tim Hortons in Florida yet?
No.
No? Okay.
No,
all right.
It's still up north.
Yeah, they're coming.
But at Thornton's, I cleaned out there and they just restocked their Splendas.
Jeez.
And I'm like, all right.
And what color is the Splenda packet?
Yellow.
That's the yellow one. Okay.
The pink stuff, I don't like.
Which one's blue?
Blue is
NutraSweet.
No, Equal.
Equal, but isn't Equal NutraSweet?
I don't know.
Whatever. All right. So Fester's choice for artificial sweetener. Listen, just an alert. If you're a manager or an employee at a convenience store or fast food place around town, and suddenly the whole Splenda bin was filled, and then it's empty, guess what?
I was there.
Fester was there.
You've been festered.
I'm not going to rob your clerk.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to hold up the place, but I will walk out with all of your Splenda.
Well, Fester, there's a big issue here.
With what, Splenda?
Yep.
What?
Hold on, let me take the Duran Duran winner, and I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, you're going to leave him in suspense?
Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
This is Tracy.
Hello, Tracy. I got MJ here. That's me. I got Fester, Froggy, and I guess that's it. And Roxanne.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jeez, MJ, how rude are you?
No,
You're like, and I guess that's it.
I looked at Roxanne. I thought I said it, but I said it in my head.
Rude and rude.
The voice is in my head.
To the whole crew.
Yeah, calling Gloria. All right, so Tracy, right?
Yes,
Tracy, why are you calling the MJ Morning Show right now?
because I'm really hoping you tell me I'm caller 50 and I won Duran Duran tickets.
Only if you can do the laugh of the intro of Hungry Like the Wolf.
Oh, my God. I can't do that.
Just laugh. Just laugh. Right there. Perfect.
Well, it wasn't quite the sharp little laugh hit.
Sorry, anyway, you lose, ma'am.
Tracy, you're caller 50. Tracy, you win.
Yay!
Tracy, you go to see Duran Duran, Amalie Arena, June 17th.
Congratulations.
Yes!
And they're really good live. You're going to enjoy the hell out of it.
I am so excited. Thank you.
What's your favorite Duran Duran song?
I'm going to have to say Girls on Film or Hungry Like the Wolf.
Oh, the deep cuts. Nice.
The ones nobody heard.
You know what? One of the later songs they did, and do not pass this one up. And I think it's underrated, but I think it's one of their best songs ever is Ordinary World.
Yes, that is actually an awesome song.
It is an awesome, awesome song. Anyway, Tracy, congratulations. And I hope you listen to the MJ Morning Show every morning.
Thank you. I do. Thank you.
You know, Tracy, I'll actually call Duran and have him dedicate one of the songs to you. He has to clear it with, Duran.
Are you really going to do that?
What are you saying?
I don't know. How did they come up with the dumb name, Duran Duran? What's their name?
Thank you.
All right,
Tracy, hang on. I'm going to put you on hold, and Andrew's going to get all the information. And where are you calling from, Tracy?
I am calling from Brandon.
Fantastic. Are you a 33511?
Yes.
Fantastic. We love all of our 33511 listeners. We love our Valrico.
We love you guys.
We love our Valrico listeners. We love our Riverview listeners. We love all of our listeners. A little shout out.
We love you guys too.
Thank you.
Rock.
Little 33511 shout out. Some Brandons. A little Valrico shout out this morning.
Wouldn't it have been funny if she lived in Durant?
Durant.
And she won.
What high school do you go to?
Durant.
MJ,
how is their logo their mascot not the Wolves?
Yeah. What was that, Frog?
I was just going to say, are we sure that those explosion sounds were the sounds of all the Fester's jokes bombing this morning?
All my jokes aren't bombing. Listen, I want you to know Babe Ruth had like a lot of strikeouts,
Dude,
but he's the home run king.
You're going to need to submit stuff to me in writing.
Stuff, man.
You got to hand me submissions in writing before you're allowed to utter them.
Say what you want.
It's either Fester's joke or an F-16 break.
You guys know I shoot a high average. All right?
Hold on a second. Yeah. So you're saying that all those explosions over D.C., it wasn't the F-16s breaking the sound barrier? No, it was Fester's jokes yesterday? There we go.
Another joke.
Another Fester joke over Northern Virginia yesterday.
It's okay. You guys sit back.
When MJ looks at you and goes, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, and then Froggy's like, yeah, MJ's right. What the hell are you talking about?
Froggy's like a little monkey who's I agree, boss.
I like a little dog.
Let me get back to the Splenda deal.
Okay,
so Fester, your choice of artificial sweetener is Splenda. Listen to this. Chemical found in Splenda reportedly damages DNA.
Oh, my God.
I bet.
Let's look at this headline.
That's your most important organ.
This is study. What?
That's an important thing.
Yeah, your most important organ is the DNA?
Yeah, it's like right next to your heart.
Right next to the heart is the DNA. All right, so this is an actual headline from Study Finds. Chemical found in Splenda reportedly damages DNA. It's something you should not be eating. And Fester's grabbing it by the freaking clawful.
And it's also in all those drinks. All the drinks that are like diet drinks.
I don't drink any of that stuff. I don't drink sodas. I don't drink sugary sodas, even with natural. I'll have 1 or 2 sodas a year because I do like a Coke. Coke is a phenomenal product.
Oh, it's so refreshing.
You know, listen, Pepsi's a classic. What else?
RC Cola.
Sprite. If you don't like Sprite, you're a freak.
Did they just reformulate Sprite?
No.
They reformulated Sierra Mist, which is now Starry.
Starry. So no, but I thought also
Sprite shall not be ever reformulated.
But I know Starry's out. I see people drinking the Starry cans. Is it good? I haven't tried it.
Yeah,
but listen, I love a good Coke or Pepsi. I love a great like IBC or IBC cream soda or root beer. I usually like once or twice a year. That's where I typically have my soda. Is I'm down at El Cap right here on 4th Street. I get my daily double on the regular bun. So folks, when you go to El Cap, do my deal. You get the daily double, which is the big patty of beef, but I don't get it on the big bun with the sesame seeds. I get it on the regular bun.
Smart.
So they ought to just call it the MJ.
More meat to bread.
It's the daily double with the small bun, and I get a pile of, I ask for ridiculous. Just a ridiculous pile of lettuce. And I just pile it up. So I get a cheeseburger, daily double, the big patty on the small bun.
And you cover it in Splenda.
Yeah.
What do you have for dessert?
But hang on a minute. But it's like once or twice a year. That's where I have my soft drink. I'll get a bottle of IBC cream soda or IBC root beer when I'm at El Cap, down here on 4th.
So the biggest 2 drinks that use sucralose is what Splenda is called, is Diet Coke and Red Bull sugar-free. So I don't drink either of those, really.
How about Monster Energy?
I'm a straight packet guy. I guess maybe the sugar-free kind might. I don't, but Red Bull sugar-free uses sucralose.
Let me share this. Could artificial sweeteners damage your DNA? Concerning new research by a team at North Carolina State University connects Splenda, a popular zero-calorie sweetener and sugar substitute, with the formation of genotoxic chemicals in the body, meaning it breaks up DNA. Dude, your DNA's all busted up.
I think a lot of things damage DNA, don't you think?
Researchers report probably the chemical forms when the body digests sucralose, Splenda. So sucralose is Splenda. It is also found in trace amounts of Splenda to start. Study authors believe these findings raise serious concerns about how the sweetener may contribute to health problems. Previous work by the same research team established that several fat-soluble compounds form in the gut after ingesting sucralose. One of the compounds is sucralose 6-acetate. So anyway, this is not good. And the headline here is, it's something you should not be eating. To conduct the study, researchers put together a series of in vitro experiments exposing human blood cells to sucralose 6-acetate and subsequently monitored genotoxicity.
Whatever.
That's what I call our afternoon guy.
His name is Genotoxic?
No, I'm kidding. All right. So, in short, we found that sucralose 6-acetate is genotoxic.
Genotoxic with ya.
It was the 420 trivia contest.
It effectively broke up DNA in cells and were exposed to the chemical.
Okay, do you want to know what happens if your DNA does become broken down? The bad stuff?
Yeah, it can cause your gut to leak.
Falls out of your butt and your gut.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get that leaky gut disease or something. Great.
Can cause rheumatoid arthritis, cardiovascular disease.
How about myasthenia gravis?
Damage to his tight junctions as well.
Ew.
Or interfaces where cells in the gut wall connect to each other. Leaky gut is a big problem. Dude.
You do have a tight junction.
Dude, you got to stop with the sucralose. You got to stop with the Splenda.
Dude, I'm going to double down on Splenda.
Dude, the research is saying that it's nothing splendid about Splenda.
Have something healthy like a 5-hour energy instead.
Yeah, who paid for this study?
Don't do that either.
Did Big Sugar pay for this?
Oh, no. Sweet and low.
Yeah, but follow the money, right?
Big Sugar.
No.
We got to do something against the Splenda people. Let's say it causes leaky gut. I'm not even sure what that means.
Leaky gut would be a good band name.
Leaky gut.
Hello, Tampa. We're leaky gut.
They're not British.
Oh, are they not?
No, they're Australian.
Hello, Tampa.
Sounds
Same thing, right? I don't know.
Hello, Tampa.
Okay, whatever.
Hey, what's this deal where Mark Zuckerberg was allegedly choked out at some jiu-jitsu tournament?
Did I send you that?
Yeah, I saw it. I think you sent it to me. But apparently he's all offended. Mark Zuckerberg, the billionaire, Facebook weirdo, impressed martial arts fans and showcased his skills during the first ever Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament in Redwood City, California, last month. He picked up gold and silver medals, but Zuckerberg was left frustrated in one fight where he was pinned down and the referee ended the match. And people started to say that Zuckerberg was virtually choked out.
Listen, it wasn't a choke out. Let's get serious.
And Zuckerberg's now saying, I wasn't choked out. That's a fabrication. So he's all offended that people said that he was choked out.
Is this like the Foxcatcher movie where they all let the old man win because he was like...
The creep who shot the guy, the DuPont guy? No, this is nothing like that.
No, but...
Oh, hang on a minute.
Look.
Here we go. Down the street. The same old thing. We did last week. Not a thing to do.
What's happening?
Yeah. Are we done making Zuckerberg jokes about being choked out?
Yeah. You talk about rude.
Obviously, I've segued.
Obviously, we're in the middle of making Zuckerberg jokes. He has his impression going on,
I'm
and
sorry.
you're like,
I'm sitting right here, and you play some stupid music over me.
Mark, I'm sorry. Go back.
It's fine. I just wanted to say that I wasn't choked out. It was a cross-faced chicken wing, and it was illegal. Okay, so the choke out doesn't even count.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Zuckerberg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very much.
Segued into
we heard
obviously a Danny Masterson update. All right, so here's the deal. Danny Masterson, whose claim to fame was That 70s Show, he's not being kept in the general population in the jail out in California. He's being held in L.A. in the same pod where O.J. and Suge Knight stayed.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Celebrity Row.
Yeah. Hello, L.A. County Jail!
Really like that song. Now, did you play that entire song just to do that, I think?
What? Yes, hello, L.A. County Jail!
He's going to be popular with that cute hairdo he has.
Oh, yeah. Boy, you got some cute curls.
Boy, welcome.
If you want some cred in L.A. Gen Pop, I mean, you take this guy out day one, right?
I just shanked him.
Dude, come on.
I mean,
the guy's he's a convicted rapist,
Right.
but still, I don't want to see the guy taken out. I mean,
They don't take kindly to them.
we got to roll, folks. It's been a fabulous Monday. As usual, I've left half my material on the table. There's just not enough time. We ought to take the 2 remaining songs out of the show. That's what we ought to do. All right, folks, have a great one. I got to go pick up the dogs at the kennel now. I got to go to X-Force and go work out. So I got a busy Monday. Roxanne's going to get her eyes checked thanks to Dr. Chuck Sloanham.
Yes, thank you so much. And thanks to all the texters who are giving me help as well.
So hopefully Roxanne doesn't have a big golf ball sized tumor and it's just some kind of eye strain or something that's causing the flashing in your right eye.
Left eye.
Right? Left eye?
Yep.
All right, that's right. Left eye, Roxanne Lopez. All right, folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.